Okay, so if you do a Turkish schoolboy with your wife, she needs to just lay there. That's my thought. Like, she doesn't need to do any fluffing.
I disagree. I'm trying to create the Turkish schoolboy challenge.
Okay.
Where my goal is to try to remain soft.
Yes.
And her goal should be to do the opposite.
Margaret Thatcher on a cold day.
Right, yeah.
Margaret Thatcher on a cold day.
Right, or think about grandma, baseball, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And her goal is, no, you don't.
That could be a new challenge. You know how there's the new challenges? You know there's all those new goofy challenges? Hashtag Turkish Schoolboy Challenge. Can you keep it limp enough just in time to get right in there?
I like it.
Oh, hey, all right. We are the Idiots Talk Sports, also known as Tits. Hashtag Turkish Schoolboy Challenge. We are the Tits. And I'm Chance Del Fuego. With me is Drunk Tim. And, of course, our special guest, Big Paul, is with us today.
Very special.
And we are coming to you from the On the Border studios here in Oklahoma City. And we're going to talk sports. We're going to talk some nonsense like hashtag Turkish Schoolboy Challenge. So if you're in, let us know. Be sure to comment. Let us know how we're doing. Subscribe. Make the O face. Whatever you want to do. If you have questions, we probably don't have answers, but we can make up one. But yeah, we're glad you're watching. We're glad that we have the opportunity to do this thing. This is a lot of fun. We're going to be talking about several things today. We're going to be talking about the NBA playoffs that began yesterday. We're also going to have some Major League Baseball talk.
Major League Baseball.
Major League Baseball. And we're going to have a special, we're going to have a dwarf update. And, of course, we're going to have a thing that we do. We're going to play a game of Trivial Pursuit. And we're going to play some What Could Go Wrong videos today. So I think it'd be really fun. And as part of Trivial Pursuit Sports, we're going to see if Drunk Tim, how well he knows his sports. So,
should we give anything away? Because we want people to tune in for this.
Yes.
You're going to want to watch this.
You're going to want to watch this. There are repercussions if he does not know the answer to these sports trivia questions.
Should we save that for like exactly what,
or
just tell him?
I'll hook it later.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to want to watch.
You're going to want to watch.
He's going to pay for it severely.
He's going to pay for it if he doesn't know the answer. So hopefully he studied this week.
They are Trivial Pursuit questions. So
yeah.
There's a chance you're probably going to get.
This ain't Trivial Pursuit Junior, I'm sure.
No, this is the big leagues, homie.
Yeah, this is 20.
These are the big leagues. You're not in no AA ball now, okay? So that's what we've got going on for you. To start off, I don't know if you saw this. This has been, we didn't have a show last week. That's my fault. But we did have something that came up. Our local news team actually came up on the national, if you want to call it the national news. It was on the Jimmy Fallon show. And
that's national.
It was for, they do this stuff every single day. And so the thing that you get notoriety for is, of course, the mistake that you make.
Oh, yeah.
And so our local news, our News Channel 9, it was Robin Marsh. They were talking about, we've talked about it before. I think we even had a sponsor that they would take care of people that were stealing packages off of people's doorsteps and stuff like that. So they essentially are talking about that on this. So if we can, we'll play the clip and see if we can get that on there for you.
Kenneth, do I need to play sound here, or is it going to come up?
It should come through here.
Okay.
And it's playing now, so.
Okay. All right.
News anchor in Oklahoma tries her best to introduce a story. Let's watch this.
Right. So now they're called porch pirates. It's now a term. But Robin Marsh messes up and calls them porn pirates. So
do we need to play it again?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, we can play it again if you want. Sure. We've got it.
No, not the back door. No.
Yeah. So now
And Lacey's freaking sexy, by the way.
Yes, yeah, that's
Which one
just
is Lacey?
the one that she's talking to.
The one
red
that correct,
one?
The one that's laughing because Robin just said porn pirate. So, how do you catch a porn pirate? And what is a porn pirate?
It's somebody that downloads porn illegally and watches it with one eye.
and appearance.
I'm coming at you, but I've got my hook claw. Oh God!
The old one eye.
Oh yeah, the old one-eye Willie's coming for you. Hey!
I'm a porn pirate, but God damn it, I need help. I mess up my junk every time.
I can't see.
Every time I jerk off, I'm giving myself a Prince Albert.
Like, is there treasure in there? There she blows.
Oh, there it is. Oh, you're looking at my buried treasure, eh?
Nobody gets me treasure.
Well, and of course, unfortunately, our kids would never be able to see this movie because, it'd be rated R.
Nice. Nice. I was wondering where you're going with that. You did great. Nice.
R. It'd be rated R.
R.
Nice.
Sorry.
I do.
Steve the Pirate?
Dad
Who's
jokes.
Steve the Pirate? The only guy on our team that dresses up like a pirate?
Oh, yeah. Dodgeball.
Yeah, anyway. Steve the Pirate.
It's been too long since I've seen that movie. I
God, you
guess.
need to see that again. It's great.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
I love that movie. But yeah, porn pirates. Police. Police are stopping them. What do you don't really need to pirate porn. I mean, it's just out there. It's so
It's-
accessible now.
Right.
So I hear.
Pornhub.
So I hear.
You're just saying for a friend.
For a friend. I mean, I don't know. I just hear these things and I just assume it's true.
Yeah, because there are people that would get rid of it, but those people are.
Yeah.
You'll never get it passed in legislation. We can see what kind of people are in Congress.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you took this to the legal. Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? Like, imagine
bullshit.
Imagine that there's some people, there's some lobbyists that are like writing up some legislation to pass to Congress to get rid of porn. They're like, now here's the legislation. We got it all drawn up for you because that's how things actually work. By the way, people.
Yeah.
That's not just a conspiracy theory. That's real life. Okay, lobbyists are writing the laws for the Congress people. All
Right.
you got to do is pay the Congress people, and then they will pass that legislation through for you. Okay, but those people that are
Hey, let's not get Kenneth going here, all right?
well.
We're going to have to...
Kenneth and I
we'll
differ.
have to separate y'all.
Kenneth and I differ plenty enough as it is, but on this one, this is just how life works. This is
Yeah.
reality.
Money talks.
But the fact is, you're not going to get it pushed through. Congress people are like, you're not taking my porn away. I don't care how much money you got.
That's true.
I
Hey.
put my foot down on this.
Oh, they'd be fine as long as you don't take away the child prostitutes.
That's true.
Okay,
that is
right.
true.
Yeah, you gotta have that.
And let's just face it, there's just not enough lobbying for that.
Yeah.
All right?
Gotta have it.
So that happened. I feel like that was an interesting thing to start with.
Yeah.
Also another thing, I don't know if you saw this. I thought it was really interesting that happened. This happened just a few days ago, actually. I think it was Thursday night. I don't think you've heard of the guy, but he's a British comedian. His name's Ian Cognito. Ian Cognito. Now I get the
Irony.
the terms incognito.
Is his name the most clever thing about his act?
Maybe, I don't know. The guy's British. He's 60.
That's got to be his stage name.
This is crazy. He dies while performing on stage in front of an audience. Okay? And what makes it even more weird is during his act, he's making a reference of, what if I died up here on stage right now? Right?
Okay.
That's creepy.
He actually says that in his act. He says, what if I died up here on stage or whatever, blah, 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 and goes into some other stuff. Then he kind of goes, he has a stroke, sits down kind of on a chair, and the people think it's hilarious. They think it's part of the act for a while.
Like an Andy
Sure,
Kaufman
because he
thing.
set it up.
Right.
Well, I'm sure that it could be. You said he was in his 60s,
Yes.
so it's a funny joke. I
Right.
get that to just say, hell, I could die up on stage here. That's funny. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he is kind of old. Just calling out the obvious.
What
Yes.
a great way to go. What a great last punchline.
See, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
know about you. I mean, if you're like, hey, what ways do you want to die? You know, people play that, you know. I say
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Salute.
that's like
Salute
like-
to the comedian.
seriously.
But you know what? You can say the nice thing is that people can honestly say, "Man, that guy's act killed." You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Comedy's killing me.
Yeah, yeah. The people they were interviewing the people, and they felt bad for laughing now because now he's dead. But like,
Yeah.
but how else are they supposed to know? I mean, in all
would-
intents and purposes, it looks like it's part of the act.
If he was a rock star
Right.
and died up on stage and people felt bad about having clapped, you don't understand why this person exists.
But that's not rock and roll. They would have been like lighters. And
I think if I even knew that, oh wow, that dude just died right then, I would still clap, just because I think that's.
Bravo!
Dude, if you go out, like, think about it. If you're
This is
going
the last curtain call.
if you're going out doing what you
Literally.
love, I mean, what else is there? Like, okay, let's say you die during sex.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
like
But
that dude on Goldeneye.
not during, right after.
oh yeah, no, exactly. Ah! Now that might be a little traumatic for the partner.
Right. But on the other hand, you
And
got to be proud.
It might be a notch on their post. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, hell yeah, I killed the guy. That's how good I was.
Hey, by the way, how are you at sex, by the way, madam?
Madam. Well, I fucked the guy till he died.
I killed a guy. It's your turn. Damn,
Are you
that's.
sure you want some of this? Because this is killer.
This is
I renamed it actually. There's a tattoo right above it. Killer.
the Venus flight.
Hello, baby. Hello, my darling. Okay.
So I'm wondering.
It's killer.
Okay, so you were talking about the guy, the audience members that clapped at this dead guy.
Like it's Peter Pan and he's going to come back to life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Remember the reference?
good thoughts. Good thoughts.
Have you
Oh,
clapped?
come on, come on. Well, they are British, so it's like, oh yeah, we get the reference.
Come on,
Yes,
Tinkerbell.
golf clap.
yes, come on, get up. Get up, incognito.
So
Yeah.
the audience members that you said something about them feeling guilty.
Oh,
for
guilty,
clapping.
yeah, for laughing.
So, who's the motherfuckers that interviewed them? And hey, how bad do you feel that you just clapped for a dead guy?
Well, they probably didn't ask that question. They probably just thought, what were you thinking, or what was going on, what happened, and they probably expressed their concern like, hey, I feel like a real douchebag for laughing.
Look at that! Look at the poster for this guy, though.
He is a creeper.
He looks like a magician.
No, he dresses differently. That's just one that he did for his. That's his like to present his show. He looks like the guy from V for Vendetta right there.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But he
Guy
actually
Fawkes.
looks. He has different looks to him. So
No,
he
just
changed.
looks
He
old
changes
as
his
shit.
look. Yeah, he looks old as shit right
I wonder
there.
if this is like right before he died.
Right, that's the photo from the act.
Hope he's found somewhere to hang his coat in heaven. Someone said.
There you go. Oh wow.
I hope so too.
But you know, I
What
never,
a
I don't
weird
want-
way to put that.
We
by the
never
way.
want to speak ill of the dead. I don't look at it that way. Maybe I'm the glass half full guy. I just look at it as if that's the way you go out. Damn it, that's the way you go out.
all gotta
That
go.
is amazing. You all got to
I'll
go.
take some of that.
Some people lie for weeks dealing with some shit that hurts like hell. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
This
yeah.
guy just went up and performed and went joink.
That's
like
true.
that.
Performed to an applause.
Thank you.
The last thing he heard was people
I honestly,
cheering for him.
I can't
And
think
laughter.
Of, yeah, I can't think of many things better. I mean, that's
'cause
what he
there-
loved to do.
There was a comedian that was talking about death, and he's scared of it or whatever. And he was saying, I forget the name of the comedian. He has a beard. Somebody will probably know it. But like, he's talking about like how people always feel like it's important to be surrounded by people that you love
Yeah.
when you're dying or whatever. He's like, he does not agree. He's like, that is the last thing that you need. Is like you're dying and people are like, oh my god, you're good. This is awful. This is terrible. He's like, he prefers going to like some Jamaican, go to Jamaica and just being taken care of like by an old Jamaican lady. He's like, don't worry, baby, just let it go. You're
let
gonna
it
be
go.
fine.
You
You
have
know?
to have a margarita. Even if they say no. Even if they say no. You're dying anyway.
no salt.
Get me a margarita.
in Jamaica.
Guys, like, you have to promise me if I go before you guys,
You will.
cascade me around like Weekend at Bernie's.
Okay. I don't know that,
that
we can
official?
legally. Can we do that?
For only so long.
That's a tall order.
You can't get away with it as long as they do in the movie, but I think we can pull that
Why
off.
not a whole weekend?
We could take you
No,
to
yeah.
all your favorite places.
Saturday at Timmy's.
Saturday at Timmy's.
Saturday.
All right, we're taking them to the bar we always go to.
He would have wanted this. Okay, everybody,
We're
clap
gonna-
for Tim.
We're gonna do karaoke.
Hello, my
Put the
baby.
microphone
Hello,
in front of your
my honey.
mouth.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah.
Like, work the arms.
Oh, look at those dance moves. Is he all right? He look. No, it's an act. It's an act.
Is he all right? He doesn't look so good.
It looks so good. He's very pale right now.
Everybody has their little obsessions with death or serial killers or stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of a
Serial killer,
particular one. I love last words.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Last words are crazy for me.
Yes.
You can go to WikiQuote and see an entire list of awesome last words. Like some of them are boring and like why are they even there? But
Just because they're famous or they're
here's a guy. Pardon me, sir. I did not do it on purpose. That was their last words.
But that's still
You
interesting.
want to know? Like okay.
The
Sorry,
treasure
I-
is hidden.
Yeah.
No, I just clogged up the toilet.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
one of
usually oops.
one of my favorite.
The
one of-
winning lottery ticket is found in the.
One of my favorite is from science.
The cure
from
for
archi-
cancer is
In science, you typically have some of the bigger powerhouses in history, right? There was Newton.
Yep.
If you're not familiar, you go much further back. There was Archimedes,
Mm-hmm.
arguably smarter than Newton. He just didn't have the number system to do some of the stuff Newton did.
Sure.
Archimedes' last words were, "Don't disturb my circles."
You don't do it. Don't, fuckers. Don't do it.
Anyway,
Yeah.
just a few last quotes. there.
So that's some things that took place I thought were interesting. Got to call out the porn pirates and stand-up comedian dies on stage. I think that's as good as it gets. I know a lot of people are like mourning, but it's hard for me to see it that way. Maybe I'm just messed up in the head, but
that's like mourning for the loss of Hugh Hefner.
it's tough. Like, what do you mean? Like, the guy had a great, whatever. So we got that, and then recently, this happened this week. We got to talk about it. Magic Johnson resigns as the president of basketball operations. That's his official title. President of basketball operations from the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, Magic Johnson obviously is he's probably the most beloved Laker. He's my favorite basketball player of all time. Just throwing that out
The
there.
greatest point guard of all time.
He's my favorite person with HIV.
Now,
And
he
that's
doesn't
something
have-
as well.
he
That's
doesn't-
something, yeah.
he doesn't have it
And
anymore.
mine as well, too.
He has it.
No, he doesn't have it anymore.
You don't get rid of it.
No, they cleared him.
Yeah, did he drink some bleach?
I don't know.
No,
but
you
that
maintain it.
was
There's
on-
no cure.
That was on the news. They
Really?
cleared him from it.
Who got it cleared?
Wait,
Magic Johnson.
So you can
He is
cure
not,
HIV.
He
Well-
is HIV
Undetectable.
negative or whatever.
Well, you pull that up. Let's talk Magic Johnson for a second resigning because
I heard he was like really ho hum about it.
no, he was not. Okay, last season, here's the problem. Last season he said I need 2 off seasons to essentially give me 2 off seasons, Laker fans. I'm going to have 2 great off seasons. I'm going to basically bring the Lakers back to glory, right? He said, if I don't do it after 2 seasons, I will fire myself. That's what he said. So, in a way, if you're a Laker fan, you're like, that's great. This guy's holding himself accountable. He's,
Being a man of his word.
yeah, he's being a man of his word. Well, he hasn't even made it to the second off season yet, and he resigns.
And he got LeBron there.
He got LeBron there last season, but I feel like it's telling because it tells me that he doesn't feel one of the reasons he gave was I want to go back to having fun again, which sounds a little lame. I'm sorry.
That sounds like I want to go get HIV again.
Okay. All right. But 2, it sounds like to me that's saying, I don't believe I can get anybody in this offseason to join LeBron and do what I said I could do.
Oh yeah.
That's what it screams to me. I know other people are like, well, this, that, but I'm just saying no. I think he's got the foresight to understand, damn it, I don't think I could get anybody here noteworthy.
He's tapping out.
And he's just tapping out. And to be honest, the people that are in the know agree that he was not a very good
Manager.
president of basketball operations. He was extremely hands off, which you can't really be when you're doing that. There's a lot of scouting involved. You're looking at what potential players, their skills, who you could bring on. I mean, there's really a lot of stuff that goes with the position, and you have to work it a lot, like tons of hours. And he was doing trips, personal reason visits or trips.
He doesn't have any affiliation with the Dodgers, right? Because wasn't he trying to buy them? Or
He
half of them?
had a percentage ownership. I believe he had to. Man, I may be wrong about this, but I believe he had to sell that when he became president of operations for the Lakers. I may be wrong on that, but I think he did. But yeah, he was involved in part ownership of the Dodgers as well.
It was him and some actual baseball.
Oh
people.
yeah, exactly. He was just invested in it. So So anyway, it's
They
bad.
sold their stakes
He sold
in
his stakes.
2014.
Okay, yeah. So
So I was partially right.
what's bad about the resignation too? He doesn't even tell the owner, Jeannie Buss, about it. He said he was too afraid to even tell her in person. Of course, they're like a family, like they're really close. But he's like, he didn't even want to be able to look her in the face and tell her that he resigned. So he does it at this random press conference in front of the world. So it's not a good way to go out.
That's kind of shitty.
He's not looking real good right now in the public eye. He's still my favorite basketball player, but was he a shitty? Well, he was a coach before. He tried coaching and he didn't do well at it. And now he's tried this.
I don't remember. What was
president
the coaching?
Yeah, he tried to coach for. It didn't last long.
For the Lakers?
Yeah, that did not
I
last.
remember that.
And then he now he's done this, and it didn't go well either. So yeah. So anyway, so there's that. That happened this week.
But follow up.
Did you do the HIV thing?
Yeah. So there's no cure for HIV.
Oh,
That'd be pretty big news, dude.
I saw it on the TV, on the telly.
was it 52-3?
Yeah. Check your news source out.
No.
He's
They
still-
don't have that at the bar. I asked.
They're working on cure. There's not a cure. I think I would have heard that.
No.
man.
What if this conspiracy? What if there is a cure
There might be a.
and he got it?
You know what I think you're thinking of? I believe there might be an inoculation. Like if you take something before, you can
There's a pill.
to prevent yourself from getting it. Just you can prevent
Or
yourself from
spreading
getting it
it.
to begin with.
Is there a way to put the HIV in the
once-
closet,
Right.
so to speak? Like it's just "Rawr,
With that-
rawr," don't let it out.
That's what Magic Johnson does.
Yeah.
He's taking medication that puts it in a closet. But once you've got
You
it,
can't get this.
you've got it. You can't get rid of it.
You can't get this. You
keep
can't
it-
get this.
You can keep it from becoming full-blown AIDS.
Yeah.
And you can closet it where the symptoms and stuff are whatever. But once you got it, you got it.
Dude, full-blown AIDS will...
Full-blown AIDS.
Full-blown AIDS will... There's just nothing you can do.
Not that like 75% AIDS.
You just start knocking out bucket list stuff at that point.
Yeah.
Partial AIDS, you're like, hey, let's live life.
Right.
Full-blown AIDS, you're like, I need to hurry up and live full-blown life.
Yeah, that's a big difference. That's like stage 1 cancer to stage 4.
Right.
Like you get
this
stage
sounds-
4 cancer.
No, he's doing more of like a Princess Bride thing here. Like, mostly dead or all dead?
Good catch. Good catch. Oh, my God.
I know your body. Wait a minute. No, that wrong reference.
So as a result of that, and people saw this coming, Luke Walton, the coach of the Lakers, is fired. And honestly, they need to get rid of, what's his name, the agent they brought in with Magic, Pachinko or Pula, what the fuck?
I think
Pula.
Walton already got another job.
He's got people already lined up. The Kings want him.
I think they got him.
Did they get him?
That's a done deal.
Did they officially get him? I know they were interested. The Kings wanted him, and New Orleans wants
The Kings got him.
Okay. Well, the Kings, they fired their coach, and that was when they were like 2 games away from making the playoffs. Playoffs?
Yeah, 'cause
so
they
they think
weren't
enough
supposed-
of Luke Walton. Well, we'll take you.
The Kings were supposed to really suck this year, right?
Yeah, no, and they really stepped it up. Now they were close, but in a really difficult West. I mean, that's saying something. And you got really young guys playing for you.
They probably could have made the
So-
playoffs in the East.
So I don't feel too sorry. As a matter of fact, you probably should feel happy for Luke Walton because of all the nonsense going on in LA right now.
Oh yeah, forget
And you
that
know, my
drama.
second team is the Lakers. I love the Lakers, even though Jose gives me shit for it. I love the Lakers just because I love the Thunder too. Doesn't mean anything to me. But like, that's a bad situation to be in. Is like you're there and LeBron has more power than you as prove himself as a coach. And I say more power to you, Luke Walton.
and have a lot more control.
Yeah. So that happened. That happened this week. That was big time in the news. I thought it was pretty shady. Takes Magic down a couple of notches in character, but I still love him as a player. So there's that. He's probably just one of those guys. He's just another one of those great athletes that can't transition it over into being a great executive. So
Or manager,
R-
coach.
yeah, and that's, you know what? That's okay. You were great at playing basketball. It just means maybe you're just not great at making basketball decisions. So, you
He's
know.
a pretty good commentator or analyst and stuff. I mean,
He could probably get a gig doing that, making plenty of money. It's not like the dude needs money. I mean, he was able to own part of the Dodgers, for
Yeah,
God's
he's got
sakes.
hundreds of millions.
That's just funny money at that point. So, all right. So we are the Idiots Talk Sports, also known as TITS. We are brought to you by, we have a new sponsor. Our sponsor is Bleach Bums. I don't know if you've heard about these guys, but this is...
Beach bums?
No, bleach bums. Bleach bums. Okay. Years ago, local beach bum Derek Ryderson. Have you heard of Ryderson?
No.
He took up surfing. Well, surfing's not a real popular sport, but he took up surfing
It is a good one.
at a local nudist colony. Okay. He noticed a common problem, and then he decided he devoted his life to helping people. What he saw was a lot of dirty anuses at the nudist colony.
Okay.
Naturally.
Due to whatever reason, sand or whatever. Derek became an overnight entrepreneur. He saw an opportunity. All right. He dedicated his life to bleaching anuses. Today, Bleach Bums still uses Derek's famous home recipe. But what made Bleach Bums a success wasn't just the chemicals used, but the applicator.
The applicators.
All right. Just in case you're curious,
So this is what made the money.
this is the moneymaker.
Okay.
Simply dip the applicator into the chemical-filled tub, lay down a towel with the applicator onto a firm chair. It's got to be firm. And have a seat. All right? Be sure to take your clothes off. You don't want to bleach your clothes.
No.
Bleach.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to picture
There's no
this.
Yes.
going back.
You dip it,
Yes.
you sit it,
Yes.
and you just sit on the thing.
You sit on it with your clothes off.
and
So
it
you
goes,
probably have to kind of shape it, right?
Well, you just get it on there. Make it as big as you think your ass is.
Sounds like the applicator does most of the work.
It does a lot of the work. That's what applicators
Gravity.
do.
This
Well,
is
gravity.
high-tech
Yeah,
stuff.
gravity will help. Now, Bleach Bums guarantees a clean white asshole in just minutes. Bleach Bums, stick it up your ass.
What? That's a hell of a slogan. Stick it up your ass.
Really
Okay.
We're
No,
grateful.
okay.
We're grateful for such a great
The hell
sponsor.
do you find these sponsors?
Well, they come to me
Craigslist, maybe.
and they're like, "Yeah, hey man, we got this thing going." And I'm like, "Fantastic! I love startups." So yeah, Bleach Bums. We're brought to you in part by Bleach Bums. Stick it up your ass. So awesome stuff.
And, once again, just a helpful thing for society.
Yeah.
And Because who wants to see a dirty bum?
Who wants a dirty ass? You know, if you actually get with a girl that decides she wants to go there, you want
In
to
what way?
lick your ass.
Okay.
You want to present yourself well, don't you?
Oh, was that not as bad as what you were thinking you was going to say?
In what way?
Well, I said it.
Wait, licking your ass.
I said
thought it was something worse.
The tone I had didn't match what I was trying to put across. The way I wanted
Yeah.
to say it was, in which way?
You want to be
Just
presentable.
so I want to be on the right page.
You want to be presentable. You do not want to have King Kong asshole going in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you want her to see full, fresh, clean, you know.
Yeah.
That's what women want.
Sterilized.
They want clean.
I don't know what my butthole looks like.
If their tongue is going there, they want white. They want, well, okay.
It's dark anyway, isn't
want
it?
it clean.
Well, you're saying if you're in a well-lit room.
I mean, I'm not being racist. They don't want white. I'm saying they want clean.
Right.
They want a clean asshole.
Yeah, that begs the
Yeah,
question.
Yeah.
If you're not white
Yes.
and it's brown,
As long as it's clean.
you're good to go.
But there's still the pink.
But this is bleaching it.
There's a ring around the.
This is really only for white people.
I don't know why I'm having to. Yeah. There's. if there's anything in that
anatomy
ring
portion.
that does not look appropriate, the tongue will not go in.
Right?
All right.
You're like
You
an
sound
aspiring
very
proctol-
experienced
yeah,
about this.
You're an
And
aspiring.
what's sad is I'm zero experienced at this.
Yeah, right.
It sounds like you have a future in proctology, though.
I think
Thank
it
you. Thank you.
Future.
I hear there's good money.
Yes. Money out the ass.
Yeah, it's some shit work. So, there you go. That's Bleach Bums. Check them out.
I have
Is there a
follow-up
problem with that?
jokes.
What's that?
I have no follow-up jokes.
Oh, that's why the
I'm
look
jealous.
on the face.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
We beat you to it.
Right? I want to make plumbing jokes, but I'm like, no, that's different.
Some Ajax.
All right. We are. We're thankful for Bleach Bums. Thanks for sponsoring the show. Keeps us putting content out there.
I think this might be my new favorite sponsor, actually.
So, something very interesting happened yesterday. It's called the NBA playoffs. We had 4 games yesterday. Paul, I know you watched all 4 of them.
Yes.
So I can't wait for your breakdown and analysis of all 4 games yesterday.
I'm ready. Here we go.
But what we will call it is... I just saw the name you gave yourself on this thing. I'm sorry.
What?
Big fucking Paul on our chat site. Anyway, so yesterday we had 4 games. Let's just call yesterday Upset Saturday. Can we? 4 games. 3 of the 4 games, the underdog won.
Even
Right.
if it was a major
That's what I
underdog.
was going to say.
Major underdog.
Right. Yeah, I stole that. I'm sorry I took that from you. But 3 out of 4 were upsets. Now, of course, there's 7-game series. And
Thank you. Thank you. I wonder if Bleach Bums has like an oral version
they're working on, yeah.
on that application.
Is that a first for the show?
Where you mean
Chances decided to go for it.
where Mr. Del Fuego just turns directly towards me and belches?
Well, no, I don't think it was anything about you.
I just,
It was just a free hand. He had the hand, and he turned.
My bad.
He turns towards me.
So the playoffs,
Right.
Upset Saturday.
Brooklyn Nets upset the Philadelphia 76ers. So much for the process in Philly. The process lost yesterday, 111 to 102. I make fun of that because, remember, they tanked for years in order to create this team they've got to help win them titles. And here they are. They're losing the first
their
game.
process.
That's their process. And then they lose the first game at home against the Brooklyn Nets, who are just
A joke.
They've got some talent, but certainly not on this level. I mean, D'Angelo Russell had a good game, but like, there's no reason the 76ers should be losing at home to the Nets. I mean, it's ridiculous that. But there you go. Maybe that'll piss them off. They win 4 straight and they get out of there. I don't know.
Well, Big Paul actually, he messaged me after that game and he was livid.
he looked a little more calmed down about it now.
Well, everybody knows where my loyalties lie.
Right. So, also the Raptors. Raptors thought, I mean, I don't know. A lot of people thought the Raptors were going to go on and be in the NBA Finals. They also lose game one against the hapless Orlando Magic. 104-101, which was pretty wild. I mean, you would think with Kawhi Leonard and all the talent they've got, Marc Gasol and Kyle Lowry, that this would be like a 4-0 sweep. The Magic. Serge Ibaka.
His Highness.
Former.
Sir Chewbacca.
Yes, Serge Ibaka.
Serge Ibaka.
Yeah,
Former Thunder player hit the winning
Serge
game
Ibaka.
shot in the other game.
that's right.
DJ Augustine.
DJ Augustine, that's
He
right.
played for the Thunder. too.
He scored, yeah, he actually scored quite a few.
Yeah.
Went
So-
to Texas University.
Then you forgot about the Clippers versus the Warriors.
I was going to bring up, that was the only game of the day where the favorite actually won.
Right.
Steph Curry goes off. That's what I hate about that team. Each game, it could be anybody. It could be Steph Curry. It could be Klay Thompson.
Durant, of course.
Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant had a very silent 23 points in the game.
A silent 23.
Yeah. Steph Curry knocks down 8 out of 12 threes. There's just no way you're going to win when they're shooting like that.
And Steph Curry, speaking of stats, because we were talking earlier.
Yes.
Steph Curry just passed. I think he is now number 1 on three-pointers made. Like
There we go.
all time.
Our research department is now
playoffs.
pulling it up.
Playoffs all time.
Of three-pointers in playoffs?
Three-pointers made in playoffs. That like Ray Allen's on that list.
Okay. All right. We're pulling that up. We're fact-checking you. Fact-checking you.
Yeah.
Not fat-checking you.
Yeah.
That's an all-day thing.
It wouldn't take long for me. It's like, yep, he's fat. All right.
Look at Tuesday.
All right,
being
fat
the
check. Yes, he's fat. He's fat.
Records for three-point field goals in a season.
Playoffs.
I believe in a season.
No, in playoffs career.
Yeah, playoffs career is what he's talking about. He adjusted.
Okay. That's a specific thing. I don't know.
I got some shit all
There you
over
go.
my face here.
You're
Thank
good.
you. All right, good brother. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll be like, hey guys. All right, so we're pulling up. While he's pulling that up, I'll talk about the fourth game real quick. And this, I didn't think it was as big of a surprise. The San Antonio Spurs defeat the Nuggets game one. They win 101-96. They get a great outing from DeMar DeRozan. Of course, they got in the trade in the offseason. They have LaMarcus Aldridge that had a great game.
Well, he's been with the Spurs for a cool minute now. Aldridge.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he's doing well. He's a good
Since
guy.
Tim Duncan was there.
He's not good as the man, but if he's the number 2 or number 3 guy for your team, then he's really, really good. He can't take all of that pressure, but if he's the number 2 or 3 guy, he's really good for you. He can score, he can do a lot of things. So DeRozan steps up. You know, that was what's funny about DeRozan in the playoffs for Toronto. He had some moments where he stepped up, but he always seemed to when they were going against LeBron and the Cavaliers, I don't know what it was, but he didn't really show out very well. But so far, so good with the Spurs. And I honestly would not be surprised if the Spurs do win that series. And let me tell you, for the Thunder's positioning, haven't even gotten into that yet, but the Thunder's positioning in the playoffs, it's like the basketball gods were smiling upon
So
the Thunder.
we didn't have to play the Rockets.
Well, yeah, think about it. We had gone from 3rd all the way down to 8th, like we were going to have to play the Warriors. Then we moved all the way up to 6th, and then it was looking like we were going to play the Rockets. But then at the last minute, the last day, it flipped to where the Rockets were a 4 seed and the Portland Trailblazers were a 3 seed.
I'll take the Trailblazers.
It's
What
absolutely
this year?
yeah, it's absolutely perfect. Portland's a team the Thunder have totally beaten this year and are they're very
They
beatable.
choke. They choke every year.
And the Trailblazers choke every year in the playoffs. So let's say the Thunder get by, just hypothetically, by the Portland Trailblazers. They would face the winner of the Nuggets-Spurs series. So if the Spurs...
Spurs and Thunder series.
So if the
That'd
Spurs
be-
actually find a way to win that, the Thunder would actually have home court in that series.
Oh yeah, so we're rooting for the Spurs.
Hell yeah, we're rooting for the
Fuck.
Spurs. And then
I hate the Spurs.
And then we would only
us this
face
year.
the war. We would only then
Denver killed us
face.
this year.
Yeah, they did. They won every game. but then we would only face the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. That's as good as you can ask for, really. Like, it is the perfect setup for the Thunder. So, I mean,
I think Tim is fact checked.
okay, let's hear it.
Yeah, I think it was Ray Allen's record, maybe.
Well, and I think it said like he beat it by 1, but all of those fuckers' careers are finito. Curry's still got another good
Oh, he's still really young, yeah.
7 years, 8 years.
Yeah, yeah. As long as he stays healthy with those ankles.
He's
But
going to
yeah,
destroy that record.
yeah, he will.
When you know he has the record for most 3-pointers made in a season. Yeah, please get away from
Hey
me.
there.
Today's not Easter, is it?
No,
That's next Sunday.
no, it's next Sunday.
Well,
So-
because we see people dressed up.
some people celebrate early.
Yeah.
It's a new thing.
Jesus tried.
Well, the millennials get like birthday weekends and months. Now that's what we're going to do with Easter.
It's Easter month.
It's Easter month.
week. Okay.
Yeah.
The holiday season.
Right. It's the holidays. Easter is
It's
like
the holiday season. Okay.
Holiday Road.
All right. So with that mentioned, today's games that are going on, the Pacers and Celtics are playing right now. That game just started. Mm-hmm. The Thunder, the team we care about, of course, because we're out of Oklahoma City, they play the Trailblazers in Portland today at 2:30
That's who.
on ABC.
Well, because that's who we are and that's what we care about.
Tommy Boy reference.
I know.
Yeah. Pistons play the Bucks later. Pistons play the Bucks later. And then the Utah Jazz play the Rockets. That's not a gimme either. That'll be a great series.
Oh, the Bucks are going to destroy the Pistons.
The
right?
Bucks.
No, that one
there.
sucks. No, I'm talking about the Rockets Jazz. I think that'll be a really good series. Jazz hands.
Well, and of course, like
Although we know there's no Jazz in Utah.
that's now like
Yeah,
that's
not any good jazz for sure.
played by all those Mormons like second wives and.
Right.
They have.
Speaking of white assholes.
Speaking of
Oh,
I think that's where our
Nice.
sponsor got their start. Was
right.
was in Utah.
yeah,
They're like, you know what? Buttholes really need to look like these guys.
yes. So let's make it happen. Buttholes. All right. Well, there you go. So, all right. So that's the NBA playoffs. You got anybody? You got anybody win the whole thing, or are we?
That's Golden State.
You think Golden State? What do you think? You got
The
a dark
Thunder.
horse? You think Thunder win it all?
Yeah.
I like your optimism.
But I think a Warriors Bucks finals would be fun to watch.
It would be fun. It'd be very interesting. I would obviously be rooting for the Bucks. I think we all would.
Oh, well, I don't know. And I'm getting real sick and tired of seeing all these people in my town walking around with their fucking Warrior shit. It's like total, of course, bandwagon jumpers.
Sure.
If you're a Warriors fan right now, and if you haven't been a Warriors fan from before, or if you were,
If you can't even tell me who Run TMC is, then you're not a real Warriors fan. Or you're just extremely young. Because you should at least know some history of the team that you are now rooting for.
that sounds familiar.
You're not a fan of the Warriors. I don't hold it against you. There's a
Yeah.
trivia question.
Okay.
Who's Run TMC?
Run TMC.
Who's the 3 players that made Run TMC?
Shit. Oh, man.
Magic.
No, he only played.
Is the
Magic
M.
never played for the Warriors.
He only
I knew
played for
that.
the Lakers. Run TMC.
I'll give you one. Tim Hardaway.
Okay, Chris Mullin.
That's the C.
Tim Hardaway, that's right. Before he went over to the Heat.
Yep. The other guy came out of.
Malone.
Ooh, no, that's Utah. The other guy came from Kansas State.
Shopping today.
Ooh, no.
Now that you mention it, no.
Malone.
Hey, I'm surprised he knows the name. Like Post Malone. No, mother.
Free Malone.
Okay, so we did the T and the C.
Sometimes you get pre-Malone. Guy came from Kansas State. Was
That's
coached
not
by
good.
Lon Kruger, who currently coaches the OU Sooners basketball team.
Wow, Lon Kruger.
Man, I'm old.
This is a nice. This is a nice segue, though. You know what I mean? It's a nice segue. Just saying.
Okay, so All right, so I give.
You want to do that next?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
this is a good segue.
It's Mitch Richmond.
Mitch
So you had
Richmond.
Tim Hardaway, Mitch Richmond, and Chris Mullen. Chris Mullen being the Olympian. But all three of them were great. They just had no.
Well, gold medal winner.
They had.
Game team, baby.
They were like the greatest team that never won anything. Like they were amazing to watch, but like they just didn't win a damn thing.
They had the hard
they always
way.
had to face like the Lakers and stuff. So
Especially being in their division.
now what we'll do is we're gonna play a little bit. Does Tim know his sports? And what we have here is, yes, you guessed it. It's made by Petronix. It is what we call a shock collar. 20-inch blade on the impaler.
It's the real deal.
Baller getting laid tonight. Swisher rolled tight. This is all the words I'm
Now,
going to
this took some convincing
And if-
to get
if
Tim
you
to
guys-
Do you want to go ahead and place it on him? Like, you want to ceremonially place this around his neck
do.
for him?
I think that's appropriate.
I think so, too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to make him uncomfortable, but
Now, for those that think that this is inhumane, you're right. But...
no, it's not. They use this on dogs.
Look, there's settings that you can set. It is from 0 to 100.
True.
Now we're going to start with 100. I'm just kidding.
No, he's not.
Okay.
Okay, we tried it out.
Now Drunk
After-
Tim knows sports, guys. I know he didn't know the TMC thing, but I was bringing up some old shit. I was
Hey,
bringing
Big
up
Paul,
old
could
shit.
you put that down for a second?
Sure.
Yeah, don't hit the button while he's drinking
Okay.
a beer.
This took some serious convincing.
We'll call that a Drunk Tim
Obviously,
blender. If,
when-
if he hits that, it's a Drunk Tim blender or something. That's like a...
When we first, I
But that's,
threw this idea at
Dirty
chance.
dictionary or
I threw this idea at chance,
Yeah.
and I brought this stuff in.
Yeah.
oh shit.
When I first told Tim, he wasn't having it.
No.
He laughed,
Which
for
is a
second.
normal reaction, by the way.
Right. I don't want to go into like what it took to convince him, but let's say that partially the beer that he's drinking here has a little bit to do with that. Okay, he became a lot
That's
easier.
a lie.
Motivator.
That had everything to do with this. You don't know me at all, do you?
Okay, so we're gonna play this. We're gonna do. How many questions should we do, Chance?
5.
You think 5? No, not 10. I think 5's good.
5 questions. Okay, we're gonna do 5 questions.
Yeah.
If Tim gets it wrong,
Hey,
I'm just turning on the light. I'm just turning.
He
on
might
the light.
overly squeeze that lime if you
But this thing is seriously on, and
you have it
is-
on 100 right now.
Right. It's
Okay.
this is a real dog shock collar, and
Yes.
it is humane. Okay, my son tried this on himself. There's a battery in it.
So this was child tested.
In his kennel.
Yeah, it has it's a battery shock
With
okay?
a diaper on. Come on, man. Like, it didn't go all over the place.
But let me tell you,
well, you just knew that the diaper had to be changed, and you're just like waiting, and you're like, come on, like.
yeah, this isn't like you're hooked up to it, like, but it's not pleasant. Okay, it's
It's not really good.
I can hear Sarah McLaughlin singing right now.
somebody paid my son $5 to try it on his neck.
Does that make it worth it if he gets paid? Like, is that less inhumane if they're given money?
I mean, my son is dumb enough; he would have done it for free. That's what I was laughing about. I thought the guy that gave him $5 was wasting his money.
Yeah.
I was like, you gave him $5, he would have done it for free. He's dumb. Look at him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Okay.
You just called it like it is.
these are Trivial Pursuit questions, by the way.
These,
And
yeah. So these are
Wait,
not
are these random?
They're random.
They're just, yeah. They're in a.
They're in a thing. But when I say they're Trivial Pursuit is kind of tough. They have tricky questions sometimes.
They do.
You think?
Okay, so here we go.
We already
You
went
got
over this.
Dude, I have confidence in you.
What?
You got this.
Here we go.
Okay, this isn't me playing Jose
We
in a
need
game of basketball.
We need some like millionaire music. Can I take?
Oh,
a
yeah. Yeah, Regis. We
Yes,
need,
yes,
Sorry.
stall.
So I recently got rid of a rash. Is that filler?
Well, we have that in common.
So this is good. I hope this goes out well. We've not even tested this, so
Yeah, this is.
Well, and if it goes bad enough, I could probably always get like some.
where's your jugular? Oh yes, that's dramatic.
Sorry.
Not too.
All right,
There we go.
here is the $100,000 question.
Question 1.
Well, hold on a second. If you're gonna do that shit, like do it as Regis.
I'll try. I'll try my best Regis impression.
You're gonna love
Timothy. Drunk Tim. What men's hoops team won the most NCAA tournaments games in the 20th century? That's a terrible Regis, but
it. I've got two.
it's so weird. It weirded wordly too. What men's hoops team? What men's hoops team?
They're trying
Hoops-
to
hoops is
basketball.
Shoot.
Why
They're
don't they
shortening
just
it.
say basketball?
No,
I don't
because they're
know.
shortening it.
What men's hoops team won the most NCAA tournament games in the 20th century?
In the 1900s.
Ooh, I have a guess.
I have two guesses.
Better be right. Better be right, motherfucker.
Just the name of the university.
Yes.
The name, I'll tell you.
Yeah. What
it's-
else would you name?
Well, it's the name of the state.
Men's hoops team. Okay, reread
shit.
it then. What?
Now I know who it is.
All right, do it again.
What men's hoops team won the most NCAA tournament games in the 20th century?
I didn't see it.
UCLA.
Is that your final answer?
I don't know.
Does he get a lifeline?
You said state.
Is that no? Yeah,
are
the
you
answer
fucking-
is a state.
Where are you reading it?
What men's hoops team won the
Change your
most
answer,
NCAA tournament games
That's
in
what
the
I'm
20th
thinking.
century? We need an answer.
Indiana.
Indiana's the.
That is your final answer. It is.
Yeah.
It has to be. And
Oh! Oh, not Indiana. Not.
was it that? Was this
So
that?
what was the answer, man?
Sorry. The
You're like, I don't care.
I just want to see the.
answer is Kentucky.
Oh.
Here's why we need you at Need to Impeach.
Man, shut up. What
I
is
was
this?
My initial thought was North Carolina.
That's what I thought too.
Oh, North Carolina.
Initially, first thought I thought UCLA, but then I thought, well, wait a minute. He said the 19th century. UCLA did not get good until John Wooden got there in the 60s. And so it's like they were pretty shitty up until that point. So it had to be somewhere else. So I thought North Carolina, but I was wrong too.
Jordan, baby.
And I feel just as bad as you do for missing it.
That's a. This is gonna hurt me a lot more than it's gonna
This
hurt
is gonna
you.
hurt me a lot more than.
Okay.
Okay,
Here's
hold
your
on.
next question.
next question. Get the music going.
What sport gives strokers and crankers a chance to score with love taps?
Strokers and crankers are able to score with a love tap.
So you're naming a sport.
It's like fucking.
That's on the table, by the way.
Fucking croquet or some shit.
Ranker.
Strokers and crankers.
Yep, with a little bit of a love tap.
They have a chance to score with a love tap.
Could that be water polo?
Is that your final answer?
Now,
Yes.
no matter what you say, I'm going to lift this up so that you, whether you're right or wrong, this way you don't know.
He doesn't want to give you the indication of yay or nay by
Right.
him picking up the remote.
Right. Or maybe I should just keep it in my hand for that effect.
It's not a tell of whether you're getting it right or not. Is what he's trying. He's trying
Right.
to just.
I got you.
Water polo, is that your final answer?
Yeah.
I can hear it.
What's the sport?
Bowling is the actual answer.
I have never
the
heard
fuck?
that before.
That's what it says.
Stroking and cranking and
Fuck you,
bowling.
Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah.
Love tap.
Give it a little love tap. Wow. In bowling. There's no way in hell I would have picked bowling. At first I was thinking maybe pool or I don't know. Fuck.
Well, I was thinking swimming at first.
Yeah.
Question 3. How's your baseball?
He's good at baseball. He's really good at baseball.
What was the first Major League Baseball team to
Major
feature
League Baseball team.
teal in its uniforms?
Ooh. Marlins? Hey,
I
I
said-
didn't say final answer.
I said I'm just picking it up either way.
Right.
Yeah, because it's like, you know, the like Miami Dolphins green or whatever. That's like a Florida thing. Marlins. That seems like that makes sense.
Yeah.
Fuck it, Marlins. Florida Marlins.
Ooh, fuck it, Marlins heard.
The answer is the Florida Marlins.
Ho! Oh yeah, hey
Very good. Okay,
Nice.
that was number 3.
Nice.
I can't believe I got one right.
Yeah, you did. You did good. In a way, I was kind of thinking the Mariners. I was like, did they ever fuck with a teal? But
They
they.
get it. It's well. They've
But
got
it wasn't
like
quite-
two.
yeah, it
They've
wasn't
got
quite
an
teal.
outliner for the words.
Yeah.
And then, but the color inside the words are
Yeah.
similar.
Good stuff. Good play. Well played, Marlins.
But yeah, because
Yeah,
the Mariners
Marlins
were
and
before.
Tampa Bay. Yeah. Damn.
Are they still the Florida Marlins? No, they're the Miami Marlins.
Miami Marlins now. Yeah.
So I guess I do know a little bit of baseball there.
I see. I told you.
Yeah, see, some of these I think you'll know. So I'm just,
You really are going through what happened to random? What happened to random?
yeah.
They're very random. In no way.
In 1904,
Oh, okay, here we go. Here's your next question.
Oh, fuck my ass.
What long band defense did NBA owners vote to allow for the 2001-2002 season?
NBA.
Yes. What long band defense did NBA owners vote to allow
Ooh.
for the
this would be-
2001-2002 season?
This would be illegal defense or defensive 3 seconds.
For a long time, it was banned, but then they allowed it.
Yes.
In the 2001 to 2002 season.
Exactly.
Okay.
For the entire season. Oh, I was
From
thinking
then
it was
on.
just for the finals.
Yeah, it was a long time ban.
Well,
Oh, it's like it's still there.
And
right
then-
to
From then
this
on-
day.
right.
from then on,
Maybe.
I'm not reading that, and I don't.
Well, at least for that season, I guess.
It's the first thing I'm thinking of is illegal defense where you can't guards
'Cause this
you
says-
can't double team somebody.
this says
without the ball.
2001 through 2002. So
It was allowed for that season.
It implies to me that it ends.
It doesn't say. Yeah, it doesn't say past that.
No,
so
no, no.
that
It's just
season.
saying for that season because the season begins
Right, and then
in
ends in the
October,
other season.
November, and then ends in June.
Yeah, so I'm reading that it was only that season, not after.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Right. It doesn't give any more detail.
I couldn't tell you if it's.
I really want.
Kenneth's
like,
got a guess.
I have a guess. If it's that though, it's legal now, isn't it? So,
We'll see.
yeah.
or maybe they didn't like it and they're like, no.
You're
let's go
stuck
back
with the
to-
question you're given, unfortunately.
That's true.
And you've got
The
5
question that you
seconds.
went through, like, how many cards to find?
Right.
Illegal defense.
I'm gonna need a judge.
That's where you can't double team a guy without the ball.
I'm afraid our judges have said that you are wrong.
It was the zone defense.
I got
That
it.
was your guess. I knew
I
it.
got 3 of these right so far.
They,
Awesome.
uh,
Zone defense?
It wasn't
Yeah,
allowed.
It was illegal.
It was
Remember?
illegal. You couldn't play zone.
That was just a
College could, but
college
pros
thing.
couldn't.
You
Yeah.
can't say what was the illegal
Was it
defense,
just,
and then
was
your
it
answer
just for
is
one season? or
illegal
is it
defense.
Still allowed?
Yeah, it's allowed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a poorly phrased
Zone
question. then.
defense. Come on now.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah. No, great job.
So that was Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah, they were around.
Lakers.
Yep.
I think they won that championship that year.
Yes.
Okay.
Last one?
Yeah. I've just, I'm trying to mix it up. I'm trying to give him a chance, but also not do a softball. Like, for example, what do noodlers catch with their bare hands? Alligators, catfish, or pasta?
Catfish.
Yeah,
Right.
see, I know
You
he
wouldn't
knows
even need
that.
to give them the.
Well, yeah, we're from Oklahoma.
You want to make it a challenge. You're not saying that you want to definitely make it to where he can't get it. Like zone defense, I can't believe you didn't come up with zone defense. But
It's been a while.
that was a challenge.
I am looking.
And you didn't get it. You want to give him challenging questions. Who scored the most points of all time? Oh, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You know.
Yeah, Wilt Chamberlain. Or yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, career. Yeah.
Okay.
38,000 points.
More than that.
Well, so here's our
He's
last
in the
question.
low 40s.
The very last question. And I like this one because it's a general sports question.
I'm just 1 out of 4.
What present day team sport promotes itself as the oldest game in North America?
Baseball was very early. You sick son of a bitch.
No, I'm just.
Hey.
I told you.
Turn up the setting a little bit.
It's all the way up.
Oh, God, it's a joke.
All right, read the question again.
Give it in its Latin form.
Today, present day, team in the sports and more private in North America.
No, not pig Latin.
Oh. What present day team sport promotes itself as the oldest game in North America? You got a few things. It's a present day sport.
Yeah.
It's a team sport. It says present day team sport today promotes itself as the oldest game in North America.
Yeah, okay, so baseball is the obvious answer, I guess. But the way that it's worded like that, that's like, it's like almost like a trick question, like, but that's why they're saying they claim it as the oldest fucking sport. Fuck. Okay, this one's hard, dude.
That's what she said.
We're gonna need an answer. You want to phone a friend?
He can't phone a friend.
No, you're right.
What is that? Would poker be a sport?
It's not a team sport. I'll be
Oh,
honest.
team
Yeah.
sport. Yeah.
You're gonna need an answer, or you're gonna get zapped.
Fucking, like it was invented in North America? I guess it probably doesn't really say that.
Sport.
Or fucking billiards.
That's not a team sport.
Yeah, it can be.
Is that your answer?
Stop that motherfucker.
Oh!
That was a loud one.
You motherfucker.
I'm afraid the answer was lacrosse. Thank you for playing today.
All right, great game, great show. Good job, way to go. That was awesome. There we go.
Thanks for being a good sport about that. Is your neck like?
He looks like he was hit with a chupacabra. Oh, chupacabra got you, eh? Wow.
I'll just say, like, yeah, as a vampire.
Wow. So there you go. That was Drunk Tim Knows Sports trivia section.
Maybe I get superpowers from all that?
Maybe.
Batting
Or-
200?
Yep. There you go. That'll get you into the triple A's, or maybe even the double A's. What do you think?
Could be.
All right. So that was Drunk Tim. No sports. We did use a shot collar, which was great and totally humane. And
I
so
didn't feel like too much.
yeah, be a little PTSD after that. We are Tits. We're the Idiots Talk Sports. We are brought to you in part by Jaeger. Jägermeister, German for licorice dog vomit. We're also brought to you in part by, I just want to get everybody involved here. We're brought to you in part by Jello Shots. Jello Shots, I didn't buy this. Did you buy this? Who fucking bought? Fuck it. All right. And also brought to you in part by Easter. Easter, like Christmas, but backwards and gayer. So we're thankful for our sponsors,
Yeah.
Easter.
Right.
Easter's a sponsor.
Easter can.
Man.
All right.
They're really.
I mean, somebody's making money from that shit.
Lots of people are making money from Easter. That is true. Ask the Cadbury Bunny. Right?
Yeah. The Cadbury Bunny.
Cadbury Bunny's making his money. So, man, we just lost Drunk Tim.
He probably has to recover.
We may have physically made him have to go release some things.
Yeah.
He needs a salve or something.
Yeah, he needs a
Probably,
little,
we probably should have brought some lubrication or, I don't know, some ointment.
maybe a bedpan.
I can't believe we got him to do it.
I can't either, honestly. I thought, no way in hell is he going to wear a shot collar.
I mean,
He went for it, though.
honestly, the beer really tipped him over.
That was easily the selling point.
Because up until then, it was really kind of a no.
He's like, all right, yeah. Okay. Just do it. Make it quick. Oh, man.
The way he said it, though, I wish that we could have recorded it, because the way he said it was like, I could probably be convinced with a beer or something like that.
So we knew we had our in. That's your foot in the door. Like, any moment that you give any sort of leeway, it's like, okay, he's in. He's in. This is going to happen.
Do we want to go into our next?
Yep, it's time to go into our What Could Go Wrong videos. We're missing Drunk Tim for this, but we can still handle it. We've got 2 videos we're going to do today, not goo. Mm-hmm. That first one we have skipped because we couldn't pull it up, although it's pretty funny. She's running with her dog and trips over the obvious barrier
we
there.
skipped that one?
We're going to skip that one, yeah.
I'm sorry.
We couldn't pull it up. So
Okay, I see why, too, because it was...
it's in slow-mo, which I love. Anything in slow-mo is funny to me because you get everything. The facial expression, you get it all with the slow motion. So, but what we are going to do is, I have a title for this. We're going to do What Could Go Wrong. How in the hell did I get on the wrong page? There we go. If I'm hopping onto a wild horse.
A wild horse.
Now this seems obvious to you, right?
Yeah.
It seems obvious. Like if I hop onto a wild horse, bad things could go wrong, right? It just seems like obvious. But that's the title of
Do
this.
you have the video up?
He's
Or-
pulling it up right now.
I'm trying.
I'm trying. Things are not. We actually had four videos for you today. I'm just going to pull back the curtain a bit. We had 4 videos today, but we can only bring up 2. So we're having some technical difficulties, but we're trying to work through this.
We're working with some new
Yeah.
technology.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you'll see that Kenneth has put in a lot of work to up the.
Yeah, they got to see the Fallon
quality.
video. We're going to have these videos.
Well, also our intro. They should have already seen our
Yes,
intro,
yes.
which, by the way, looked awesome.
Yes, it did.
Very good work.
I mean, I was like really impressed.
Yeah.
So he's still working with some of this stuff. So yeah, we're only getting 2 out of the 4 videos.
2 out of the 4, which is still fine. This first video, Drunk Tim, you were just coming in. We're gonna
It's up now.
check out this video. It's coming up now. It's what could go wrong if I hop on this wild horse.
Now it has no saddle.
Can you turn it?
Yeah, of course.
It has
Yeah.
no saddle. Oh,
So there it is. It'll
Face.
replay. I love watching it multiple times. It actually catches him. It seems like it kicks him in the face, but it's so quick.
Boom.
Or no,
Knee.
maybe not in the face.
The
in the
torso.
knee, or
Yeah, in the torso. Yeah.
no matter. Yeah, that horse is pretty calm considering.
Like he even looks at the cameraman like, "Is this okay?" No, it's not.
yeah, no, I don't do this.
Yeah,
This
that
is not
horse.
something we just do.
Yeah, well, the horse
especially
is
to
like-
some moron in a pair of shorts.
The horse is like, no, we cool, but I ain't your bitch. You
And he
gotta,
lands so awkwardly too.
you gotta tame me.
And he's hurting. Like he gets up and he's holding his hands over. Here he goes, and boom! That horse has got have nothing to do with that.
This is a total judgment call, but this guy has probably never ridden a horse.
I would agree.
maybe.
Well,
It's a judgment
Or
call.
maybe he
it's a
just thinks
judgment
he's a
call.
fucking
He's
horse
trying to hop
whisperer.
on torso ways, and then the horse, of course, is like, no, fuck
horse,
you.
of course.
The horse is
horse,
a
of
horse,
course.
of course.
I mean, I know looks can be
Wilbur.
Mr.
Look-
Get the
Reference.
fuck off of me.
looks can be deceiving,
I'm not down with this shit.
but he just looks like somebody who does not have a damn clue what he's doing.
He's like one of
No.
those tree hugger people or some shit like that.
I don't know. He's just like a
he
dumb
looks like
kid.
a nerd. He looks like a guy who's
Hey,
an
guys.
accountant.
He looks like he was dared to do
accountant.
this. It's
Yeah.
like he was dared to do this. Like
He-
this
he
is a
could've
frat
been.
prank.
No, I think like he's in the moment. His girlfriend is filming. He's like, "Yeah, watch me, babe."
Oh, I love the landing. The landing is like this face plant,
That is a beautiful horse too.
and he's not even worried about his face. It's because he gets kicked.
Why the fuck do you feel the need you gotta ride that thing anyway? Like, what a beautiful horse. This is a beautiful moment in and of itself. The fact that he's allowing me to touch him, I'm gonna jump on it.
Can,
This-
can
yeah,
you
this is
think
a
even
wild
if he
horse.
successfully gets on the horse, how bad it still goes?
Yeah, how are you gonna ride that thing?
Yeah.
What was the plan to
hold
even
on to its mane.
Right. Yeah, that's gonna go real well.
Yeah, people always want me to go do horseback riding, and all I can think of is no. That killed Superman. Don't you? Or,
Oh,
okay.
Too soon.
too soon.
Is it too soon?
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, I'm not even necessarily making a joke. Like,
Yeah.
I do think of that. I'm
Really?
like, Christopher Reeves
He killed Superman.
was like, he had all his functions as a human being, and then that horse thing happened.
And he was wearing a helmet and everything.
Yeah.
He was doing all the
Yeah.
appropriate things.
And that jacked him up for life. So,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to get on this horse. Maybe it's having a bad day.
You're like, get off your high horse, because
Right?
I'm
Maybe
going
it's
to.
having a bad day.
Like, if that thing killed Superman, I'm not getting on there. I'm not a man of steel. I'm a man of fat. So, this next one I thought was interesting. What happens?
No, let me know when you have it playing.
All right, this next one is what could go wrong if I have it titled "If I Set My House on Fire." I'm kind of giving it away. This douchebag is trying to basically skateboard down the stair railings of his house while drinking alcohol.
Good to go.
Yeah, you get the title gives it away.
Yeah, he liquors up his board.
There he is.
Lights it on fire, and then douchebag.
What is he even thinking?
Exactly. And there we go. House now effectively on fire.
Oh my god! What an idiot!
Yes. And look how bad it's getting. It's a full 30-second video. This
I
motherfucker.
hope it's his house.
That's what
He's
you
a
wonder.
kid.
It's a
He
kid.
looks like a kid.
Yeah, replay that shit.
I'm sorry, no.
There he is. He's
This is
drinking
a kid.
alcohol.
He
He's
hardly-
pouring it on his board.
He hardly looks of age.
Lights
to
the
drink.
shit on fire. You know that he's either renting this place. There's too many pictures on the wall. That's his parents' place.
That's what I was thinking.
There's
Yeah.
too many pictures on the wall.
You got it.
If it was a batch pad, there would be no pictures on the wall
Right,
like
there'd
that.
be
Not in
nothing
frames.
there.
Ooh, I like that.
He's got
A
like
bass
pictures.
pad.
Yeah, this is his parents' house. he
Am I
just
right?
burned down.
That's his parents' house. He just lit on fire. What a fuck wad.
What is he like, Bam Morris now or something?
Yeah, play it again.
What's he? What was it? What is he drinking? Can you tell?
I couldn't tell
It's a
honestly.
clear
Clearly.
Was it Everclear?
It's clear.
It's something strong in alcohol, obviously, because it's lighting on the fire and staying lit for a while. Look at that.
And so when he hits
Well, it doesn't have to
he
be
basically
Everclear, but-
catapults the burning
No.
alcohol onto the wall.
Well, I was also thinking Bacardi 151, which is easy to light on fire, but on the label of the bottle, it didn't look like Bacardi 151. That's why. Is that too much detail? Is that too much notice of detail?
No, but seriously, no, that's good.
But it looks like it's some sort of like Everclear shit or just
What?
something in high alcohol content.
Okay, let's do like we did with the last video.
So
then.
100
Yes.
proof's not going to be able
Let's
to do that.
with the last video, we asked ourselves a question: what does success look like in this guy's mind?
Right. What was successfully going to happen here?
Well, no, what is the person filming this at this point thinking?
They're
while
probably thinking, oh, shit.
I need to keep
Everything's
filming.
on fire. I'm thinking they're probably drunk, obviously, right?
Yeah.
They're thinking, okay, what if you light this and you go down and then you're able to put the fire out down. I don't think they imagine any scenario where this thing like hits the...
Yeah.
It immediately catches the wall on fire, and then when it flips, when he falls off, it catches the other parts of the house on fire.
Ooh, wait, didn't he go down with the bottle of liquor?
Oh my god. Good.
If that ever caught the bottle,
No, that
sayonara.
golly.
Oh,
That house is burned to the ground. Has to be.
yeah. And does insurance... I guess insurance still pays out, but like...
I hope. I mean,
What if they see the video?
if they see the video,
Fraud.
I could see insurance going, yeah, we aren't paying for that.
Or we only pay for a portion or some shit.
Man.
Like you don't even get full value of the house because your kid's an a-hole.
Well, sorry, we have to bulldoze your house now.
And that one we cannot pull up, but that was my favorite video
Okay.
that I was wanting to pull up. But that's our What Could Go Wrong video segment. Really good. I really love it. And we'll, of course, make that a regular segment. We've got there's all sorts of dumbass people out there doing dumb shit. So as long as that's happening, we'll always have a What Could Go Wrong video segment.
There's
So,
plenty of
but-
bored people in America. We're such a rich country. You'll notice all these videos are probably going to be mostly based in America.
Yeah.
Because
Boiled-ass
we
Americans.
are rich. And we've got time on our hands, and we are going to use it in the dumbest ways.
And
Yeah.
we can still try and hold on to that one for next week, and then
Try the other ones next week.
Oh, absolutely. The last one's my favorite. I really want to play the last one. So, but now we got special music playing, and we even have a little video.
nice.
So that's obviously from The Wizard of Oz. And what that means is it is time. It's time for a dwarf update.
All right.
That's what it means. It's time for a dwarf update. Somebody at work asked me, is it more like a Hobbit update or a dwarf update?
Uh-huh.
And they brought up something because they're very into the whole Hobbit and Lord of the Rings stuff. I haven't seen any of them. That's my downfall. I get made fun of for it. But apparently, hobbits have an issue with feet.
Uh-huh.
Like they don't like shoes or they
Oh.
don't like anything.
They've
Yeah,
got
they
so
have
they-
like hairy feet.
And they got hairy feet. And so I was asked, does the dwarf have hairy feet? And I'm like, I've never noticed. I don't look.
I
Okay.
never looked, yeah.
We know this about me. I don't ask a lot of questions, and I also don't, especially if I'm like not intrigued by the person as far as like, God, just get out of my house.
Right.
I don't really check out your feet.
But for the purposes of the show,
Right. But I should for
Yeah.
the purpose of the show.
Yeah.
So those are the questions, and I don't have answers.
Okay.
But I do, in fact, have a dwarf update. So, all right. So as just to catch up real quick, dwarf has been living in our house. In May, it would be 2 years. Been living with his wife's friend that was brought in without my
With that being-
consent.
consent. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was brought in without my consent. The thing was brought
So
in.
you were raped?
The thing.
Yeah, I was house-wise. I was raped
It was not
by a dwarf.
by a dwarf.
She entered, and it was unpleasant.
Right.
Is that a way of putting it?
She
Sure.
wouldn't pull out.
It began a couch thing.
She hasn't pulled out yet.
She hasn't pulled out yet. She entered. It began as a couch thing. Now she has her own room.
She gravitated.
How did that
gravitated.
happen? How did it go from couch
Yeah.
to a room.
Well, I had a son that was living there. He moved out. He went to go live with his mother, and so that gave way to the opportunity of, well, that's a room.
Yeah.
I should go from the couch to the room
Sure.
again.
Sure, why not? That's the
Again.
natural progression.
Again, without consent.
Okay.
It just happened.
yeah.
And so...
Then there wasn't a discussion.
No
involving
discussion.
you.
No, hell no discussion. It just happened. It was like, well, this seems obvious. There's an open room. The dwarf should go
Sure.
into the room without any sort of discussion with the people or the person
Because
that actually owns the home.
right, because you're not really a man.
No, apparently not. Apparently not.
You really don't make any decisions.
I don't.
Decisions are made, and then you're not even notified. They
No.
you
Not
don't even
at
get a
all.
little
You
quick
just find
email.
out.
There's not a notification.
No memo,
thing.
not a text.
Right, because you're subhuman in some way. Not only are you not a man,
I'm not a man.
the dog was probably consulted.
Cookie the dog knew before I did. And apparently she, when you ask for do I have a second vote on this?
Right.
I think Cookie gave the second vote.
I'm doing voting twice.
Because I'm pretty sure none of the kids did. But I'm
And-
pretty sure
and
Cookie,
small like
By the
me.
way, I'm guessing the dog doesn't have your interests.
apparently not.
Because voting probably opposite
dog-
of how you would have voted.
The dog votes, the more the merrier. The more attention, the merrier. The more people that will give me attention,
Ah.
the merrier.
Okay.
That's a typical dog thought. Like,
Yeah, what an asshole.
Yeah, the dog is a real asshole. If you've seen some of the stuff she's done. But, so the dwarf has lived there. Back in November, I gave her 2 months' notice to move out. If that seems absurd, it might be. Hindsight, it is. 2 months' notice. Well, if you're catching up with your calendar, we're in April.
The fourth one.
If you're catching up with your...
If you're
People
looking
at home
up
are
your
going-
calendar, like, wait a minute,
people
let
are
me do
going-
the math.
They're like, wait a minute, November.
November, she
December,
had 2 months.
What is today?
That means 2019, she should be gone. Well, nothing
She's
like a
not.
deadline. Nothing like a deadline to make you move slower. It's April.
Right,
She's still in the house.
yeah.
All right,
but
but
she has made potentially progress.
she has made progress. You see, what had happened was she initially bought a housing kit from Amazon to build your own tiny house.
That was her solution. She's
Can't
like,
make this shit up.
What? That is crazy to begin with because it's like, okay, you got to get the fuck out of here.
Yes.
You have 2 months. She's like, so she goes back to herself.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, dwarf. We can
Come
do
on,
this.
dwarf mind.
We can do this. Here's the game plan.
I know
Yeah.
your brain is smaller than most people's.
What are my options? What are my options? Okay, I could get an apartment to rent.
A.
Now, I could try to buy a house to go through get a normal house loan and all that stuff. Build,
Yeah.
buy a used one, go to see a realtor, that sort of thing.
Right.
I'm sure that was totally on her mind whenever she was talking it over with her meth head buddies.
Right. Then she was probably like, "Ooh, I could live with family."
Right.
I have family.
Is it an option? It's an option. I don't know. Yeah.
It probably crossed her mind because you're not her family.
Correct.
In fact,
We are not blood related.
you're not even her friend.
No. No. Wife's friend.
Right. So this is awkward. It'd be much more convenient to find a person that knows and loves me and go stay with them.
Yes.
Right. But then she was like, ooh, wait. Plan D. I get a tiny house.
Tiny house, less expensive.
Yeah. And then I build it on land I don't own.
Right.
Clearly,
She wanted to initially build it on families. It was her aunt's backyard
right.
on her land. Something fell through. Whatever relationship there, the aunt backed out. She then got it committed to her best friend said, hey, you can build it in our backyard. She gets the materials from Amazon, but then she leaves it all outside. This is in the middle of our winterish weather that we received. Some of the materials were damaged, the
Yeah.
plywood.
As what happens to wood
Right.
when it's left
So
out.
as a result, you're now missing plywood. So she decided, F this. I'm now going to call a storage company that builds these little storage units or whatever. And they promised her we would have this built in the same day, like within hours. But that took a while because we still had some inclement weather, blah, 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 rain,
They're not gonna build
whatever.
it in the rain.
They're not going to build it in the rain.
Sure.
Well, they finally built this storage unit, this storage building shed in the backyard that's supposed to eventually get a loft. The problem that she's now having is they did a half-assed job of building it. In the flooring, I guess there's a gap that allows like fucking bugs and shit to come up through and get into the house. So she's now arguing and going back and forth with this company of, hey, you need to finish the job. You need to do this right. Okay. So there's that. She also recently had an incident where a diesel truck ran into the side of her car and has destroyed the whole left driver's side of her car. I guess they didn't see her or whatever story I'm getting.
Totaled?
It's not totaled. The door is like all fucked up and bent in and bullshit. You could see where
I've
the
seen
driver's
pictures
side
of it.
window is. I didn't take pictures of it. I should have. But like the driver's side window's been busted out. There's now something taped over it so that she can still see like whatever that shit is, not plexiglass, but like a plastic cover
Yeah.
that's taped over the side.
She's going to have excuse after excuse. She ain't ever going to get this shit
So
together.
she is now in battles with this diesel truck company over, hey, you did this to me.
You owe me a tiny
Insurance.
house.
It's called insurance.
Right. And now, her car's fucked up, which is the only way, by the way, she's been making a little bit of money because she does Postmates. But it's still drivable. The car is still drivable.
Just not.
That's insane.
It's just fucked up. Like the first time I saw it, like the rearview mirror is like dangling by whatever cord it's
Is it
dangling
legal?
from. Huh?
Is it legal?
I'm guessing no. But she still
But
drives
she's
it.
still gonna. Well, like on something like
What are you
that.
gonna do?
Don't the police officers say that's unsafe to drive?
Well, we
That's gonna be
live.
our next problem.
Right.
It will be, and we live in an area where they pull you over for that type of shit. Like
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
pull you over for like I have a seatbelt violation in that damn town. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you weren't wearing your seatbelt. Like, are you fucking kidding me? It's a $20 ticket. I got it. I paid it.
My ex-wife, she got pulled over because the muffler on her car was too loud.
Wow. And let's be real, it's the same community that they profile. So why? At least I'm not calling out that particular community that I live in right now.
Sure.
But they do.
Yeah. It's a pretty white community.
It is.
I mean, when I say white, that covers so much because there's white trash. There's all kinds of white.
There's Utah white.
This is the kind
Yeah.
of white that we're not proud of.
Right.
But not in the white trash way. It's the other side.
Now she has
the snooty side.
The snooty, but they shouldn't be snooty.
let's just call it what it is, right?
The snooty,
Straight
the
up.
racist. It's the racist side. That's
Right.
it.
Speaking of racist side, and this is not in my notes. I'm at work.
Are you sure?
I'm at work the other day. Yeah, this is not in my notes. I'm at work. I work in a restaurant. I'll just say that. In the back, we've got a lot of Hispanic people. I'll leave it at that. And they're
Why do you say it like that?
And they're playing their music, right?
Yeah.
This
Oh,
lady's picking up a to-go order, and of course it's a very open area, so you can kind of see some of the kitchen. You can hear the music that's going on. I'm coming over there to actually do something else because I know she's being taken care of. Well, she gets her food, gets everything, and she says, "Excuse me, are you a manager?" I look up, I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." And then she kind of wants to bring me. She's like, does this thing like to bring me in because I don't want to say this out loud.
Oh yeah, here's this good sign.
So I'm like, okay, sure. So I bring it in, and she says, you know, I don't mind the music. The music is okay, but I don't understand the lyrics, and that offends me.
All right.
Now, typically, as a manager with a guest, customer, whatever, you would typically I'm so sorry, blah, 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 blah. But I saw this as just pure racist idiocy. So I was just like, okay. That's all I said. And she left.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell? I'm not going to agree with that. I'm not even going
Right.
to. I'm not even going to half-heartedly apologize for your racist ass comment. It doesn't even fucking make sense. I'm okay with the music, but I don't understand the lyrics, so that offends me. That's word for word the quote.
I feel like what
I'm
she
not
was,
even adding anything to that.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
How old was she?
She's older, in her 50s.
I feel like what she was saying is, I don't mind hearing music as a general rule,
Right.
like people working in the back or
Right.
whatever having music on.
Yes.
But they should not have. They should have American music on. That's what I feel like she's saying.
Yeah, well, but, help me with this. How is it that the lyrics that you don't understand, how does that offend you?
Right.
How does that possibly
Sure.
offend you? Now, if you heard the lyrics and they offended you,
Right.
that makes sense.
Right, if it was
like,
like-
wait a minute, that's talking about doing your grandma. I'm offended.
That's what you should have done. You should have said, you know what, ma'am, I'm gonna get that fixed right up for you, and then turn on some fucking death metal. Fuck my mom in a kick it, you know, whatever.
Fuck my mom in a
Eat
kick.
the pussy and whatever.
Do cocaine on your pussy.
And then you're like, how about that? Now that you understand the
Are you
lyrics.
offended now?
How about now?
Well, now I understand them, so no.
I'm
Ah,
writing,
very good. So we're good.
I'm writing that
We're
song
good.
now, by the
Have
way.
a great day, man.
Eat cocaine on your pussy.
You know what? That would probably go top to the charts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That probably
good
would.
song.
Wait a minute.
Why not?
And make it an acronym so nobody originally knows what it is.
Yeah.
But then they're like, oh, now I know what that is.
This-
But that's something that like Buck Cherry would do.
That's
But-
your $1 million idea right there.
Did you mention that? Is it safe to say that the town that you're talking about that's racist,
Yeah.
that you happen to work
Uh-huh.
in that town?
I do. I didn't. I left that part out.
Because that's the
But
connection.
I did. I left that part out, but yes, I did.
Same town, by
Yes,
the way. Okay,
yes.
because I know somebody in that town who. Okay, so my friends were
This is
trying.
so funny that we've gotten off on this topic.
Yeah,
this
sorry.
is great.
My friends were having difficulty getting pregnant or whatever. They were considering adoption once.
Yeah.
Okay. So their grandmother, who lives in that town,
Yes.
were out to dinner one day,
Oh, boy.
and they were considering adopting a child from Africa.
Oh, no.
Oh,
And they were
boy.
talking about that at a Chili's or something. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Lady that lives in that town,
Yes.
sitting right next to me.
Yes.
And she. This is
I
the- this-
already know.
This is the thing about people from that town. They're old and white. They seem sweet, but sometimes it's like they don't understand what they're saying. Kind of like that lady. She probably has no clue
Yes.
that she said what she said was really racist.
Not
Same-
only racist, but it's just ignorant. It's just ignorant. How are you offended by something you don't understand?
Right. So
You don't even know what to be. You don't even know what to be offended by.
yeah. So they're expressing that they're thinking about adopting a child from Africa, which I think is awesome. You know.
Sure.
And but Grandma leans over to me and goes, "Do you have a problem with the blacks?"
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And I'm like, "What am I supposed to say with that?" No, I don't. So far.
Yeah.
So far, I guess maybe when I'm your age, I will.
Oh man.
Only
Well, of course, you know my
only a
ex-
certain set of people that have the last name of Black.
Right. That's an ex-wife
That's
joke.
but
Nice.
they're all white though.
I used to date a black chick. But her
Last name was
black.
Black. Yeah, her maiden name. Yeah.
Well, you know my ex like her family lived there in that town too.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's true. And I've got a racist story from them.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well,
we may need to save the racist stories.
You're right. But they were saying racist things.
Oh, yeah.
But what's funny is that the racist story, just sum it up real quick, tie it in a bow. They're watching OU. They forget that they've got a mixed crowd around them, and the racist old lady was cheering on a guy that was running down the end zone
Yeah.
for OU.
Just so
boy.
happened to be black.
It's just that the way that she cheered him on
Oh, boy.
was the most racist thing that you could possibly say. She was
Run,
like,
run.
run, you, whatever. And I was like, which is like, that's such a mixture of racism and like fandom.
It's,
And we
yeah.
kind of brought it back to sports, by the way.
Thank
So,
you. I
yeah.
like that.
Nice.
I like that.
Come back full circle.
Yeah, we may end up making this a segment. I'm sure we've got all sorts of racist stories.
Racist sports stories by the idiots that talk sports.
Yes, it's appropriate, actually, right? So if we're the idiots talking about it and we're recognizing the ignorance, then what does that make them? That puts them, it seems like, on a whole other level of idiocy.
I was about to say, that makes us look pretty good.
Maybe.
I like that.
Maybe-
I'm glad those people exist, just so that I can feel better about myself.
Right.
Hey,
Well, at least we're
until
not.
the Dirty Dictionary segment.
Until that, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it is what it is, right?
A
Right.
little preemptive.
We didn't write this shit. We're just presenting it to the public.
These
To
are
the people.
the people, yes. It's real stuff. It happens. What? Racism still exists? So anyway.
It ain't going anywhere.
Right. So
Are we?
we're about there. I just want to remind everybody we are the Idiots That Talk Sports, also known as Tits. And we're brought to you in part by Jaeger. Jaeger. Accept no substitutes. Right. There's a substitute for this shit. Also brought to you in part by Jaeger. Jaeger. Let's do all the things Jaeger wants to do. Yeah, and also brought to you in part by Jaeger. Jaeger. Just face it. This is rock bottom. You don't know how much truth there is to that. I'm also brought to you in part by Jello Shots. Jello Shots, sharing shame with friends has never been more fun.
Shame.
Also brought to you in part by Jello Shots. Zippity Dobbity Doo, Zippity Zoopity Grape, Zippity Zoppity Boo, Hostity Pockety Rape. All right. So we'll come back to that later, but yeah, we've got some great sponsors. Jello Shots, only $1 will make you holler. That's for sure.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I loved your, I don't know if you talked about it, but the other night at the bar and stuff, you were doing your, like, roofie joke.
Shit.
You gotta be careful with that.
Shit, we do need to bring that up. At the bar, you don't know about this. We have a friend, Super Sarah. She watches the show. So I felt confident in doing this joke.
Uh-huh.
Only because I know the person. Okay, I want to preface this.
Yes. Just wanted to-
And she's got a great sense of humor. Otherwise, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to build rapport with people when you do some of this shit. You can't do this with a stranger.
I think like you're prefacing this mostly for Tim's sake.
Yes.
Because Tim will go there way before anybody else.
That's true. It's Wednesday night karaoke night. You know, I said we weren't going to have a bar preview, but here we go. We have Paul who joins us.
I surprised everybody by randomly showing up.
Well, because
still have to
we
clean those
did
up.
our live show. Jose and I did the live show.
Yeah, and I was watching that.
You were watching that. We
Yeah.
presented the idea of we're going to go do dollar margaritas at Applebee's.
Yeah, there really are dollar margaritas.
It's
by
a
the
happy
way.
hour dollar margaritas at Applebee's, so we
And
did that shit.
And alcoholics are not tearing the place down trying to get in. I
The
don't
place was
understand
still
it.
pretty empty,
It was-
honestly.
yeah. I expected because I
That's
called ahead.
why the dollar margaritas, because that's a day I guess they're slow as
It's
shit.
not a day; it's for the whole month.
It is for the whole month.
Right now, this month, you go to Applebee's,
Fuck, they're not
dollar
even our
margaritas.
sponsor, but
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
but that's
You all
what's
should
happening.
be paying us.
Brought
Yeah.
to you in part
Here's
by
what's hilarious.
Applebee's.
Here's what's hilarious too. It's specifically. I just figured it's a margarita. It's specifically a strawberry margarita, and so you get a strawberry margarita, and with it comes a package of a Twizzler. No shit. The Twizzler is meant to be the straw to the strawberry margarita, right? I hate Twizzlers.
Yeah.
So I kept handing Twizzlers over to Paul. He's like, and we made the joke of, well, great, you're going to get all set up for Halloween. You know? Yeah, you buy enough of these dollar margaritas, this dude's going to be handing out Twizzlers for Halloween for free. But
And
like,
the kids have no idea.
but yeah,
I could drink a margarita with this.
so we end up, I thought he only showed up for the dollar margaritas. It turns out his night was open. So we end up at the place, like you know. And so a joke that I was playing for, I don't know what ran through my head to just even do this, but she always gets we get the big mugs of the Bud Light. She gets the big mug of Blue Moon. She always gets Blue Moon unless they run out. And so I just start thinking, hey, wouldn't it be funny if I acted like I was roofing
Well, but she
her
didn't get it.
fucking beer right
She didn't get it at first. She thought you were doing. Oh no, she thought you were putting a hex on her beer.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
did.
she,
And I was like, no, he was pretending like he was roofing.
Oh yeah, because you needed to clarify that.
No, I did. She really
Yeah.
thought he was
I
putting
know.
a hex on her.
I know. I was there for that.
and it
Oh, I
took
didn't
a
know if
second.
you saw that.
It
No, I
took
saw
a
all
second
of that.
because there's people sitting with us that don't. I mean, they kind of know who we are, but they kind of don't at the same time. So they're kind of looking at what's going, like, what the fuck? Is he?
But like you said, Super Sarah
I
has
feel
a great
Cosby in this shit right now.
Cosby. Jesus juice. But like you said, thankfully, Super Sarah has an amazing sense of humor.
And I knew that going in. Like, there's no way.
It's just that she was
perfect stranger. I would be like, that's not a good pickup line. I don't think.
But
Right.
Unless you have the real thing.
even though she has a great sense of humor, she still needed to be a little faster on the uptake, you know.
If you have the real thing, it's a great pickup line. Taste this now, bitch.
Yeah.
Or maybe we could try and get.
Over the shoulders. Here we go. You're coming with me.
So. Yeah, maybe we could get them on as a sponsor.
Who?
Roofie.
Roofies.
Is that's just an overarching company?
Is that an over-the-counter?
Yeah, it's an umbrella company. It's
Is that an over-the-counter prescription?
over the counter.
Can I get some roofies, please?
Well, and then-
There's a girl I really like tonight.
It's
What?
next to the Plan B.
Playing Oh, okay, yeah.
What? And
I think
wanna,
you need a prescription. You
He
gotta go to the
finally
doctor and
found
be
out
like,
who
Doc.
Plan E was, by the way, on Wednesday night. And I had
Yeah.
to tell him who Plan E was because he was about to give it up. Like, I was like, no, stop it. That's Plan E. But because I had introduced her by her name to him. And he's like, is that? I go, stop. Stop. No more talking for you.
Yeah, Big Paul was pretty.
No
toasty
more
that
talking for you.
Is it? By the way, is the letter E just random, and why isn't it Z?
night. Because A B C
It
D
should be.
E.
It could be Z. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think she's that bad.
No, because we
I just
counted.
thought E would be just kind of
It's
down the
it's
line.
not
No, we've counted.
further than half, but E.
Did
Yeah,
we count?
Well, balls.
Clearly not Plan A though. By the way, Plan A apparently was there.
Fingers.
I don't know that it was an intentional Plan A, but I was actually surprised because I was like, this one is.
That's
maybe
about right.
Maybe I shouldn't say because these are real people.
She
out
was
there.
outside of the norm.
Out there, yeah. Apparently not part of his
She
usual
might be
plan.
F or G.
What?
She might be
As far
F
as
or G.
looks,
No, as far as
looks
rank.
go,
As
as
far
far
as
as looks go,
importance.
for him, this should be Plan A.
Gotcha.
I don't know if he had any.
She may have become Plan A.
I don't know if he had any luck in that arena.
So, somehow we ran into some bar talk, but I think it was appropriate. It was good,
And it was safe.
because we had the whole.
Right.
I totally forgot about that. I didn't even remember that. But
that
that
shit
was
was fucking
Oh my
funny.
god, that was funny as hell. Yeah,
That's actually.
I'm glad you brought that up.
That's actually like a drunk Tim type of joke.
It is.
That
right?
is-
It's
that
a
is
little more
drunk Tim type of
risque
joke.
than.
But see, the problem is I have the issue with.
You got issues.
with.
Yeah.
But you got them too.
Playboy.
That was a song. Anyway,
Thank you. Chance got it.
yeah.
Oh.
So, but no, my issue is that I don't know my limitations, and I would see me doing that to a stranger, without thinking about it.
Even he knows. He's like, yeah, I can
I have
see
the
me.
forethought of this person's cool. This person has a great sense of humor. She would maybe.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know totally somebody's past. You never know. You might be like, ah, shit.
Right.
She's already had this
She's like,
happen to her.
memories.
She's already had this.
It could be.
PTSD.
It's still a risk. It's a calculated risk, but it's still a risk of a joke.
Well, and you did it when she didn't have a whole lot of beer left in there.
Yes.
That
Sure.
way it's concentrated.
So
Yes. Yes. And it worked.
she doesn't remember most.
That's right.
She was like MIB on that shit.
It might be.
Did you see the trailer for that, by the way?
Yeah.
What?
Looks interesting. The
New
new
MIB.
Men in Black trailer.
Men in Black 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be your man crush, the guy who plays Thor, Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth.
It's gonna be him and the girl that plays in Thor Ragnarok, the African American girl that.
Tessa Thompson.
Oh, yeah, that plays the Valkyrie.
Valkyrie.
Yeah, they basically team up as a buddy duo in.
Right.
So it's
And
it's
who's
a
the
reboot.
old
Liam
guy?
Neeson is
Liam
the
Neeson
old
is
guy.
the old guy. He's the Tommy Lee Jones of the movie.
They're not playing those same characters. This is a reboot.
It's a reboot.
Right.
Yeah, it's
We're-
like an afterthought. Like this has happened.
and J are
yeah, this
gone.
has happened, and now this is happening. Yeah,
That'd be cool.
that seems like a very elementary way of explaining it.
Sure.
That'd be cool.
This
to-
is, all right, kids. This has happened. It's over now. This is now happening, but it's all
That'd
linked.
be cool if they had a Will Smith or a Tommy Lee Jones.
They have it linked. So I mean, in some way, they had like
a
pictures.
cameo. A cameo would be really
That
cool.
would be
Maybe
cool.
they
Maybe they
will.
do it. Yeah.
Like they've already been flashy thingied,
Right.
And they just are like walking by.
That would be
and
great. Maybe
doing
they do
a job
that.
or something.
Maybe they do that. That would be great.
That would be cool.
So with that, let's switch over to there's MIB. Let's talk MLB, Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball. Okay. Nobody really cares about Major League Baseball right now.
Not in the
So
first,
let's talk
what,
about it.
That's
12
the segment.
games.
That's the segment. See you later.
How many games are we in?
All right, so we are about 15 games in to the season. Remember, it's 162 games, so it's a marathon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a marathon.
Right.
My Giants started off obscenely horrible. Now they're at 6 and 8, which is I predicted they would be mediocre. So they're at least rising to that mediocrity level that I
Oh,
predicted.
Well, and in baseball, you're playing the same team 2-3 games in a row.
Yeah,
then
sometimes you
go
got
on to the
double
next one.
headers, which is what this one girl once gave.
Series.
Never mind, I'm just kidding.
Right.
You ever gotten a double header? Anyway, sorry, I just went off a bit.
Sexual.
Whenever he was.
But really, you're like, hey, baseball, that's not really interesting to me right now. Well, this will be. I want to bring up this video clip. Do you know the pastime age-old, hey, you did something great, let's slap you on the ass, right? That's like football, baseball. I don't know if they really do it in basketball, honestly.
Yeah, they do.
You think so?
Especially
Do you have
coaches.
this video, Kenneth?
We're pulling it up. I want the audience to see this
Okay.
because I don't want you to think I'm making this shit up.
Let me
Because
just let me
I'm
know
not.
when you got it.
When
Let's
I
go.
saw it, I thought, what the hell? The guy scores, and right there at the end, they do the special hand shake, right? You almost have to watch it like 3 or 4 times. Just so, did that really happen? Handshake, bump, and crab. Yes. You're seeing that right, ladies and gentlemen. That is
I'm not seeing it.
you watch at the end. It's a crotch grab, dude. Watch. Yes. They grab each other in the crotch. There he goes. And there, that's a great, I'm glad you paused right there. There they go. That's a nut grab.
You got it zoomed in and everything.
And that's Texas Rangers. Yeah, we got a zoom in feature
Oh,
here.
man. Texas.
I don't think it's a Texas
So
thing.
Joey Gallo hits a home run against the Anaheim Angels, and he decides, you could even do a reach around slap on the ass, but for some reason these two guys have worked this out. This is preconceived, don't you think? Like
I think
they've
it
worked
happens-
on this.
I don't know that it's worked.
You think they improvised this?
No. Well, by working, I think this is like something they do a lot. If
They
they
at
were
least
working,
they at least talked
They're not-
about it.
They're not reacting.
Not,
They-
not in public.
They at least talked about it. Hey,
no,
dude.
No, I think you're right. I guess
Grab
I'm
my
just
wanger.
saying it a little different. Like,
Yeah.
like when they are playing,
Yeah.
when they're rehearsing, when they are practicing,
Practicing,
this
yeah.
is a common everyday thing that they do.
Wow.
It's common. By the way, I was just thinking if this is because this is the next progression from slapping butts, right?
Yeah, this is the evolution of the teammates.
So what's
Cheer.
the evolution of this
Celebration.
then? What's that next level?
Grab
Sucking
titties.
dick.
You hit a home run, ergo. Do you have breaking news music? I know I'm catching you. I'm calling you out on the spot here, but this is necessary. Breaking news. You got it? Okay. Breaking news. This just in. I wasn't even going to talk about the fucking Masters or golf today, but this just occurred. Tiger Woods, who remember has not won a major in umpteen years since he banged the Perkins waitress, right? Has now taken the lead in the Masters of all tournaments. Like, this is a major.
Last
Okay.
I saw, he was 9 under.
And it's official. He has won the Masters. He took the lead by 1, minus 13. He was behind by a stroke going into today. And he has officially won the Masters. People thought he was done for. He wasn't going to win another major. He has now officially... This wasn't on my notes. I expected
It's
he would
over?
find a way to fucking lose this thing.
Finito.
He has beaten Dustin Johnson and Brooks Koepka and all those guys with a minus 13 score. Tiger Woods has won the Masters today. This just happened. You won't see this probably till tomorrow, but this just happened just now. So any Tiger Woods fans out there,
Everybody's kind of rooting for him.
Everyone
right?
loves a comeback.
Everybody's kind of rooting for the black guy to beat
Whoa.
the white people in golf, right?
It looked like mentally he was just gone. Like he just didn't seem to. And everything was getting in his way. And then now,
Mostly his penis.
and then towards last year, he just increasingly got better. He got closer and closer to winning these tournaments. And you're like, man, he might just actually do something next year because he's just got this momentum going. And sure enough, that's the first major of the year, of the season, the golf season, and he wins it. He wins the Masters in Augusta.
Oh, this is the first of the season.
Yes, it is. So now you got the rest of the season. What's going to happen now? So Tiger Woods has now won. That would be his, without looking, I believe that his 13th major. The record is 18 by Jack Nicklaus.
Okay.
And of course, he's always gone after trying to beat Nicklaus's record of 18 majors. So that's a great start, and it brings back that belief of maybe he is on that level now.
How old is
where
he
he
now?
could win a few.
He's in his 40s, right?
He's early 40s.
Nice thing about golf, though,
He might be right
you
at
can
40.
You can
Yeah,
peak.
you have
Your
longer.
peak goes a lot further.
Yeah,
You can play
and
into your
he's
50s.
obviously got his game at the right level. He's playing against the top of the world. I mean, nobody really sat this one out. He's playing against the younger guys, the top of the world, and winning this thing. I mean, whatever.
You think he's fucking a bunch of hoes?
Did I say he won 12? I think he's actually got 14.
You said
I-
13.
Can we research things? I think he has 14. That would be his 15th. I think he's closer. I said 12, but that's wrong. He's closer than that. because he got real close and people thought, oh crap, he's going to beat the record. And then he banged all those women and got caught, and then it just like fell off. And it was like, well, shit, it looks like he's not going to get it now. But now with him winning this, it's like, oh shit, he could do it.
I'm not sure how to read this shit.
Well,
This
he
is
won.
the current one?
That's the current. That's the Masters today. He won with a -13. He won a stroke over a couple of guys, but his total major victories.
14.
Yeah, major championships.
Looks like 14.
He was 14. That's right, going into today. So that's his 15th.
This is 15.
This is 15, and the record is 18. Now they play. Is it 4 or
Jack
5
Nicklaus
majors
has
in a
18.
season?
That sounds about right.
His
Jack
18.
Nicklaus has 18.
They do. They play 4 or 5 majors in a season. It's this one. There's the British. There's the U.S. Open.
Australian? Or
Man, that's tennis.
Tennis.
I don't know, but I think there's 4. There's at least 4. Like tennis, there is 4. I know that for a fact. Golf, it's either 4 or 5. So he has a shot. I mean, not only just this season, but if he builds up that kind of whatever, that mojo, he gets his mojo back, which it looks like he has. He could easily beat Nicklaus's record, so he's on pace for that. Which I think a lot of people already thought of him as the greatest golfer of all time, even without breaking Nicklaus's record. But that would obviously seal the deal for it right there.
Yeah, with all that
So-
time lost, with the health issues and with the media issues.
Yeah,
losing all the
how could you
sponsors.
argue? How could you even argue against it at that point? I mean, your only argument right now for Nicklaus is he has the 18, but Tiger has dominated in a way that when he was great, he was great. He dominated in a way we haven't seen in golf ever.
He was I know he during his heyday.
Yeah.
he was the youngest golfer ever to win however many majors, or maybe his first one.
Yeah, he was destroying people. He was breaking records with the rounds he was hitting. I mean, it was just on another level.
Yeah, he
so you
wasn't
could
winning
already
by
make
one
an
stroke.
argument. You could already make an argument before even winning all the rest of these that he's the greatest of all time, just because Nicklaus has 18, blah blah blah. But now, of course, if he sits on this pace,
Can you look
It's
up
over.
to see how old Nicklaus was when he won his last one? His 18th.
okay. See, I didn't even have golf planned out, but that came up on my phone, and I'm like, no.
That's too big.
I need to double check that, and sure enough, Tiger Woods has won the Masters,
This is how much we care about you, folks. Like,
and that's big time. That is such a big. That's
He
big
was
time news.
46.
He was 46, and he's only. I think Tiger's only 40, 41. So he's
and
got.
he's got only 3 to go.
He could still
Tiger
win another
Woods
one.
is 43.
43. So he could still win another one.
he's
He's
got
my
3
age.
years.
He could win another one this year. Remember, this is the first major of the season. He could still win another one this year or 2 or whatever. I
Then
think
maybe 2
multiple
next year.
would be hard to expect because the other guys really are good. Like Dustin Johnson, the
young.
guy he beat out. Dustin Johnson's really good. Brooks Koepka
Is it just me, or
is
does that
really
sound
good.
like a NASCAR driver's name?
Dustin Johnson?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that definitely does. So anyway, congratulations. Tiger Woods has won the Masters. And I believe we have a local radio show where I think a guy lost a bet on that. If you remember, Jim Traber said he would never win a major ever in the rest of his
That
life.
is true. I
And he
remember
put
him
money
saying
on
this
it
shit.
against several co-hosts or people on that
Ooh,
same
with
radio
S
station.
back?
I believe
Oh no, that
Craig.
young guy.
Craig. Dang it! My name's my mind is just Craig. So
Yeah, Craig.
he's the one who goes and he actually goes live from the Masters, but he's losing money to Mark Rogers. That guy. I mean,
Mark Rogers,
He was
yeah.
putting money against all these guys. He was never going to win another major, and of course now he's going to have to pony up because that just happened. So.
I wonder how much. Well, because he's a big gambler.
So
Huge
I
gambler.
wonder with him winning if he went up to the guy who got second and they grabbed each other's crotch like in baseball.
Oh, that would
Do I bring it full circle there?
seal the deal.
Yeah, it would seal the deal. Like, hey, good game, man. Good game.
I think that's that's a growing thing, grabbing people by
Literally.
the balls. So, I don't know.
And now
Speaking
that
of
music
which-
means we have come towards the end of the show, which means it is time. Yes, indeed, it is time for Dirty Dictionary. I hope you've been looking forward to it.
Always.
My
with
fave.
our degenerate minds. We talk a little Dirty Dictionary. What we do is we throw out the definition, we let you guess, And then, of course, we give you the real definition. And hopefully it makes you laugh. Hopefully it makes you...
Cry.
Maybe it gives you something creative to do with the wife or husband at home.
Yeah, like the
Fuck the
Turkish,
Kama Sutra.
the Turkish schoolboy.
Yeah, Turkish schoolboy.
I'm trying to talk the wife into the Turkish schoolboy challenge.
See, I feel like I've pulled up some things that are funnier, but like Turkish schoolboy is what resonates in your mind.
Yeah.
Like you're like, that's the one I remember. You
Yeah.
know, it's not always the like most crazy thing, but it's like that was freaking funny, and I wonder if I could try that.
Of course, makes me think Dumb and Dumber. Like, when I'm with you, you make me feel like a Turkish schoolboy.
That's right.
And I just desperately want to make sweet love to you.
No, wait a minute. Let me try that again.
I desperately want to make sweet love to a schoolboy. Or to a Turkish.
A Turkish schoolboy. Very specific. All right. Oh. Yeah.
Photo that
Maybe
boy.
it'll be on my list here. It is. Okay. Now, this city seems like it's just an obvious dirty dictionary term all by itself, but what in the world is a Bangkok drippy drip? Bangkok drippy drip. You can play at home as well, but it'll be too late. You'll get the answers if you, unless you
yeah,
get boss.
Thailand, right?
Yeah, Bangkok, Thailand.
Please don't.
That's the capital.
Oh.
The capital
I
is
believe-
called Bangkok.
I believe it is when someone eats a lot of spicy Thai food
Yeah.
and takes a dump, a runny diarrhea,
A runny dump.
Yeah.
a runny dump
Oh.
onto someone's backside.
And it's called a drippy drop.
Drippy
Drippy drip.
It's a drippy drip from
yeah,
the
it's a drippy
diarrhea.
drip. Like a faucet.
I think. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
the guy or gal
Yeah.
is like peeing. Okay, so they're in the bathroom, I guess.
Okay.
Let's say he's
Very specific.
peeing and it's flowing, but
Okay.
right there at the end,
Yeah.
when it's drippy droppy,
Mm-hmm.
sticks it in her mouth.
It's for a little cleanup.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to get on the floor.
Yeah, wipe the, you wipe the penis bib, like
Gotcha.
With the penis
She
bib.
becomes the penis bib.
The penis bib. That might be a different
We need to
term.
write our own, honestly.
We need to write our... Well, we've thought about it. We've talked about it. So, all right. Bangkok drippy drip is a colloquial term.
Oh,
That's a good word.
okay.
Colloquial?
Yes, it's colloquial.
Colloquial term used to describe a male who has caught syphilis.
Okay.
The term stems from the penile discharge, which can present as a symptom of the disease, and the common myth that syphilis is often caught from Asian women.
Huh.
Is that a thing?
I
didn't
never
know
heard
that.
that.
As used in the
I will
sitcom,
now.
it is used in the sitcom 2.5 Men.
Okay.
All right, that's interesting.
So,
Well, hey, man, hey, yo, use it in a sentence.
well, they use it from
We just
actually
had
the
some old
sitcom. Charles, don't tell me you've got a case of the Bangkok drippy drip. That's how it's used
Yeah.
in a
That
sense
makes
there.
sense.
But so if you've ever seen 2.5 Men, apparently that's been used
Okay.
in that.
I try my best not to watch the worst shows of all time.
Is it that bad?
Oh yeah, but
It was popular.
But I still watched it because there was nothing else on at the time, and because they have hot as fuck chicks on that show. Fucking
Yeah.
Megan Fox in a bikini and
Well, yeah.
Don't get me started about Megan
or
Fox.
Denise
All right.
Richards.
Yeah, you're all about her thumbs. She's all thumbs. All right, so next up, we're going to stick with the theme of Bangkok. What is Bangkok roulette? Bangkok roulette.
You have a chick on a turntable.
Okay?
She's laying
A lazy Susan.
a lazy Susan. She's
A lazy
laying
Bangkok.
flat on a turntable on a lazy Susan,
Oh, God, that's a great idea.
surrounded by a bunch of dudes with hard penises.
This is kind-
Stop.
Oh,
You're the lucky winner.
this has to happen
This has to happen.
on this show.
Call Jose.
Just kidding. Just kidding, whoever's watching. I would just do the commentary.
Well, somebody has
Anyway.
to spin the wheel.
The Wheel of Suckage. Zuh. I'm your host, Pat Sajak.
Everybody's placing their bets.
Come on, big sucking. Come on, big sucking.
Well, see,
No whammies.
you're doing the roulette like that. I was thinking of like Russian roulette.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But I had the idea of this, like, guys in a circle or whatever.
Yeah.
And so then, like, the
More.
chick gets, like, jizzed on her face. Well,
Yeah, it's called Bangkok Roulette.
Nice. All right.
what would you think that is, Tuesday?
Just what you just said.
And so, I
She
don't
said it
know.
with authority. Like,
It's
like,
a-
trust me.
I got you.
That's what it is.
Almost like a Duck Duck Goose version.
Ooh, I like it.
Okay.
And so like Jack, 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 and then,
Right.
you know, who knows which one's gonna...
So that's our final answer.
Yeah, that's mine.
All right.
A little bit like his, but...
Okay, so Bangkok Roulette. Sorry, I got out of that accidentally with that. Bangkok Roulette is a game in which 3 or more men gather around a table with their pants off, and a female goes under the table and pleasures one of them. After 30 seconds, the men take turns guessing who is being pleasured under the table. It seems like that would be pretty obvious.
That's a fun game. I'll be honest.
If the person who was guessing for that round was right, he wins and everyone else loses. If he is wrong, he loses and everyone else wins. The wagers are usually a shot or a drink, but can also include something unpleasant like eating bugs with the shot. A popular game with businessmen in Bangkok.
This sounds like a hell of a city.
That's a vacation destination.
It is named Bangkok.
Special K, book it. We're going to Bangkok
Yeah, I mean, that sounds
on
like...
my vacation.
That sounds like fun, unless you get the Bangkok drippy drip.
What stays in Bangkok comes with you from Bangkok.
But you know what? I love games.
You
You
do
know what I
love
mean?
games.
Well, especially mind games like that, like where you got a table and like it was you, wasn't it? I was seeing your face.
Like,
You
what's
was-
that Jimmy Fallon
Yeah.
game he does with the... I have in my secret box or whatever.
Right, the box of lies.
The-
Yes, the
yeah.
box of lies. All right. This is the third term. This is the last term. What is checkmate?
It's a Czechoslovakian.
Checkmate.
Ah,
Checkmate.
Checkmate.
Right, this has to be... I'm sorry.
it's got to be
Has to be a Czechoslovakian.
sure, but it's also
Thank
got to
you.
be like chess related.
The queen...
Getting the vagina penetrated by chess pieces.
Damn it. That may be as good or better than this.
That's good.
That's pretty damn good.
Well, with the king.
Yeah, but that would not be pleasant.
I
But
know.
I guess checkmate.
'Cause it's like the cross.
Checkmate.
Can you please use a pawn?
A bishop. Would a bishop have hurt you?
God, yeah, because the knight would be like all up in. I mean, just
Yeah. Like, get your knight out of my pussy.
The rook wouldn't be too much fun. Like,
all those
Yeah.
sharp edges. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, the knight would suck. The king would probably suck the most.
Like, knight
Knight to
G4 to
G4.
J8.
I'll take all your pawns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Now shoot him
How
out
many
your
pa-
vagina.
Okay, maybe that's it. It's shoving all of the chess pieces up into the
It's a
vagina.
challenge.
With the king
Why
being
does
the
that have
last
to be the
one.
vagina? Like,
Checkmate. bitch.
asshole. Checkmate.
Oh, it's like a challenge. There's 2 females there, and you're like, their pawns keep going in, and she goes, stop. She loses.
Right. The other one keeps going, Yeah.
And then the last piece is the king. And if you're able to shove the king after all the checkmate, you win.
So wait, they must they have to flip a coin to see who's white, right? You want to go second on that one.
That's right, because once you go black,
You don't want to.
By the way, chess, the first racist board game.
No shit.
yes,
Right?
that's history, right? Am I right?
Right.
Okay.
We got you covered on all kinds of bases.
You're learning
sports, love, bars.
All right. So checkmate. You're correct in thinking of Czechoslovakia. You're doing a check girl from behind. You take a Sharpie, draw a king from a chessboard, pull out, come on it, and yell out, checkmate!
All right, we'll go over it again.
Okay.
She has to be Czechoslovakian, I guess.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, it wouldn't even make.
Otherwise-
It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
You're doing a Czech girl
right.
from behind. From now is it Czech? It's actually Czech Republic now.
I like
Yeah.
mine better.
Czechoslovakia,
Or at
Czech
least
Republic.
at least get a girl from
Yeah, they
behind.
broke off.
Which-
At least get a girl from behind.
Which, by the way-
pull a king, put it
Czech
on her
girls-
back,
Czech-
jizz on her, checkmate.
I can't remember where I saw this poll, but Czech girls were ranked as one of the hottest females in the world across the
Of
board.
course, you saw it on a list.
I saw it
Your
on.
Google history, I bet.
No, dude.
I saw it on a list.
No, dude. Chicks around that part of the world.
Well, we saw the president. Remember, this is going back a few shows. Remember when we watched live at the World Cup and the Czech team, they had the checkered shirts and shit? The president, we're like, who's that hot chick doing that deal? That was the president of the Czech Republic. Remember that?
Shit.
It was raining and t-shirt contest. Anyway, so checkmate. You're doing a Czech girl from behind. You take a Sharpie, draw a king from a chessboard, obviously.
work.
You pull out, come on it, and yell out, checkmate!
You're
Yeah.
you're literally
Yeah,
drawing.
that's a lot of work.
So yeah, you're kind of
Why-
like,
why
hey,
not
stay
just-
still, even though I'm
Right.
moving you around.
What are you doing? What are you doing back there? Don't you worry about it, bitch.
What are you doing, man?
Don't worry about it.
What are you doing?
What are you doing to my back? I mean,
I smell Sharpie.
don't Sharpie me. Oh, I know what he's doing. Oh, he read this somewhere. He saw this on the Idiots Talk Sports. I know it.
It's like this. It's kind of like, stay still, baby.
I say,
Shit, it looks more like a queen.
I say, just bring along a king, put it on her back, checkmate.
Splooge.
So that is checkmate. That's our Dirty Dictionary portion of the episode today. Episode 39, though, for anybody that cares. We've done 39 official episodes.
Woo!
So, and then we've even got like our side shows. We've got the Ho Whisper episodes, all that kind of stuff going on. So,
Ho Whisperer is great. If you get a chance to watch in on those.
Yeah.
Those kind of come in. They're improvised. You never
they're
know
very
when-
improvised.
You've got to subscribe to the channel because you don't know when they're gonna do a Ho Whisperer.
You really don't. Like, I can almost promise you it's going to happen Tuesday, but that's not a guarantee. But that's like a 90-something percentile opportunity that's going to happen.
I think what you should do if you want to catch Ho Whisperer is subscribe. And I think there's a setting
Yeah.
where you get notification. Yes, there is. On Facebook,
There is.
You get a notification that
Click right here. No.
there's a notification that comes up that that tells you when you get immediate. You can prioritize your notification.
That's right.
Put this one at the top.
That's right, because we
Because
will.
we're way better than that other stupid shit you watch.
Or at least we'd like to think so. But yeah, so when we have the Ho Whisper on, we talk about different things. We ask questions for people that are seeking,
Ho challenged.
that are Ho challenged. How can they get with a ho or some hoes? It's all up to them.
And or be able to spot which ones are the hoes, which ones are not.
Right. You ask the questions, he's got the answers. I just kind of am the mediary on that because I don't have any of the answers on that. But anyway, so we've got that going on. We've got a lot of great stuff. Want to thank everybody for watching today. I feel like we had a really good show. Great sponsors.
Gotta thank our sponsors. That's good stuff.
Yeah, Bleach Bum. Bleach Bum is a new sponsor. If you want your asshole cleaned and white, Bleach Bum can handle that for you. So you can have a clean asshole when you do take the advice of the Hoe Whisperer and get with a hoe. So
Right.
they'll appreciate it. Might come back for seconds. Is that a way of putting it?
That speaks to me as a fat guy.
Good. See? Hey, seconds? Is this a buffet? Oh, yeah.
Can
So-
I have seconds?
It's clean and sanitary.
But thank you for watching the Idiots Talk Sports. We're also known as Tits. You can find us here on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube. We also have a podcast available on Anchor. If you're into listening to podcasts, doing different things on your commute or whatever, we're hoping to open up our options even more in the future. So thank you for watching. And until next week, have a great week.
So, yeah.